going to get a timing on anything as they are cruising forward. The first shot is going to allow EG to know that there is so much going on behind them, and they've already lost 3 members just like that. Bow could be an answer, but Zerona has to wait a little bit for this. There's one, the second they were hoping for, and it looks like this is going to be a quick one for NRG as Zerona starts to get the dancing shoes on. It's swept off the dance floor by Brock, and that's a pistol round for NRG to start off Lotus.
You can already see the sixth sense from Zerona into that one, though. Isolating one fight, knowing that one's going to rotate over. Where it worked so well on the backstab right here for Energy was just unfortunate for Bao because he got the first pick, but just whiffed a couple of other ones too, and they couldn't trade off each other. That was actually very doable for EG to salvage, but nothing but errors actually from both camps from beginning to the end, and they need to clean that up right away. I think not paying attention to the B main for Bao at the beginning, especially when his camera's already broken. You have to be wary of those lanes. That's your responsibility as a Cypher to watch that flank. And now Energy is able to score up early with the pistol round. EG grouped up together, just doing some basic stuff, trying to see if they could push the lines away, trying to get some controls of some orbs. But again, this is a tough opponent that they have to play against here.
Okay, we're live.
Energy is currently 10-0 on this map since May 29th. Playing against the top teams internationally as well, from stage 1, stage 2, and then going into the EWC qualifiers to EWC matches. They were looking unstoppable on this map just because of how good they're able to read this map.
It shows their versatility too, with everything we've seen them play recently. They're hitting the side.
It's just a farm.
It's just a farm. Geniuses as they try to squeeze through the utility. A nice little classic with cheese there onto Kiko. 2 more for Brock. Sorry, Scuba got one in between there, and Energy clean it up. And it shows that Ethan's been on the KO just destroying, and they have other things that they play, but back to this composition for Lotus, and they don't miss a beat. Yeah.
Right now for EG, though, with this second round, I still like the opener. You set up this bully smoke that I like to call here on the top of the C smoke. They go for a 4-man push right through the wall, but then Brock finds that perfect timing. But keep an eye on that, right? When we talk about disrupting the lines and disrupting the vision and preventing from Energy of getting information in the round, it's the Viper Wall from Zerona and his lurks. It's what Bao could do with his cages to bait walls. It's what Superman could also do as well. So they have a lot of moving pieces here to force these rotates from Energy.
Moving quickly towards Rubble. A quick teleport from Superman. He's going to be the first one. Just gets out of that range of C's. Nicely played. And this is one of the spike down rounds.
Okay.
Geniuses here. Talked about that Zerona utility.
EG take Rebel control. Mono with the spam. Get spam back. Looks like an A take. No one in B main to B split. And so
he's kind of a phoenix at heart. But he's been
do they just hit B without B main? Because then
EG's just trying to force rotates right now and try to force Energy's hand.
oh, they're just threatening blue room. Oh, you saw the barrel, but there's a cross.
It's cross-fired by Energy. They're moving up very efficiently with protecting, I should say, very efficiently with each other. As EG tries to move up. Bao still hasn't made too much noise.
Ethan's gonna jiggle. Oh, he spots info. For Brock to spam.
Because it saw that fade, EG here on that door. Bao should start activating in the front of this B line to try to go for that fight. But you see here the rotate back from Ethan. This will be a huge fight for Bao to take. Beautiful timing.
Ooh. Clean. Camera opens it, but it has to be a quick decision. This is really just being read by NRG as they get to the site.
And they have the Outlaw. They're both one shot. It's a 2v3, still winnable for EG. They have sight.
Now they move forward.
And the timing. The timing.
He knows he has to source the first person, and then they can go for the planter. NRG is being so methodical about this.
EG right now, I know this is very early into the game, but the read of the macro and trying to understand the prep that they have versus certain teams when it comes down to the macro is quite nice. Remember the games against Leviathan in the past too, even though they lost it in very one-sided fashion. The way that they rotate and move around the map is quite nice. The execution though, when the camera clears out the site, they have to activate more quickly, but also make sure that they utilize more util to block these lanes, especially if you don't have Superman smokes to really enter the sites. Scuba had free reign on those picks. And that's a bonus round converted for Energy.
Okay, it's half 5 for EG. Energy need this game, or chance points, because they're slightly behind G2. They're able to make up ground, and G2 don't play that well. Then they can secure champs.
to start.
Quickly making that a nade first instead of the C's really paid off. So it just that round-to-round adjustment for Energy, setting up the chip damage for what's to come.
I mean, EG are doing a good job of drawing out util.
Really turn away from this right side of the map towards A and start to use that space that Bao has gained.
They have at least a person controlling space.
Here,
and now they have to use util to clear out rubble.
Could have a great
Zerona could have.
He loves the challenge. The 1v1s he's been tested in. 2 4Ks in his previous series.
Scuba's not scared. GG's already low. I didn't see what happened.
It looks to put the first touches onto EG as they slowly walk in.
This is nice, though, staying alive towards the water, and Energy wants to play soft site. They have no paint shells to deny the plant, so this is a chance for EG to build some econ.
Sourcing a kill at Waterfall, and that gives time for Scuba to just
if he gets Scuba, it's winnable.
Still holding down the site. It gives EG
but he just has a stinger.
To get any footing here.
These spots too. Oh, that's a big kill by Zerona.
Do a little work and make
drawing him in.
To turn around. Actually, they're just
you might get one.
Down. Can't get him for a moment.
They are low.
Scuba,
if he got Kiko, it was winnable.
Cleans it up. 9 HP. It was very close, but a 4th round for Energy.
Somehow EG almost, again, in those rounds where they shouldn't win. From the piss run into that previous round, almost turn it back in their favor.
Yeah.
It's very low HP in the last 2 players. I think it was Brock and Kiko escaping the site with by the skin of their teeth. Maybe 10, 15 HP each. But you saw here that Pancakes also stopped the plant when his team is starting falling down, so it didn't build into the econ to add the extra credits here that could be needed for EG. I was expecting as well with this type of game plan against Energy. You know that this is like quote-unquote the default comp that you currently see for Energy non-stop on this map of Lotus. I'd like to see EG start exploring a little bit of the attack.
EG draw out the nade because EG push out of A. Now they have rubble control, and so now EG are contesting B. They've kind of given up on A. And now EG are gonna try to take control of Mound.
I was gonna say they got one of the best operas, right? Seems like an avenue for a W.
I mean, I think eventually Zerona is gonna try to get some info on Rebel.
For a win right now here for Digizine and the squad, as they're very close to having Showstopper online.
Zerona is gonna see if there's anybody near Rebel.
They just have to put
spots Ethan
in order.
Jump peeking, but they don't know about Kiko.
Seems to be favoring Energy.
Oh, what a fade eye by Ethan.
Kiko's just able to fire safely from behind the wall.
Oh,
so they can reset
if Bao gets, if he got Scuba, would have been a clean sight.
Right out.
There's no dogs for Pancakes.
Oh my gosh, they can't even get by the line of scrimmage that Energy is setting up as a defense on the map. We've only seen EG by the site a few times here.
Still love the idea. Responsibility there for EG was a lot in the hands of Bao. You wanted to try to sell that fake onto the A site. You're trying to battle in that spot, but nobody breaks that haunt. It becomes free kills there from Kiko on the top of Rubble. Imagine if Bao did get that timing. He already had a neural theft. He gets that pick, and it allows here for EG to group up together and hit an open C site. But unfortunately, because, again, when it comes down to the executions for EG, they're missing a little bit of those protocols and the timings.
I think they have the right ideas. They're just need to work out the details. Like breaking that fade eye makes the round a lot more winnable.
Yeah, had their eco.
And Energy is able to come online just like that. And we talked about the composition earlier, but it's funny that it's kind of like they never reinvent the wheel. They're just refining as they come across different terrain, their opponents. But it always comes down to usually having an Odin and an Op, something that teams still haven't figured out from these two and don't use against them. So let's go, EG, bring out the Odin maybe. No. But it's crazy to see that that's always a way, because Brock does now have an Odin as we're coming out of this timeout. Energy are falling into that comfort, and they're going to be even stronger here.
Yeah, you're definitely treading into dangerous waters for sure with EG. Now that the economy is strong for Energy, and that you could basically solo hold sites with Brock's util and his gun now. Always very good with the lines that he takes. Speaking of which, though, it is EG staying grouped up together back into a 4-1 setup. this could also determine what type of play we could have here from Energy, seeing if they could get some picks. If they could triple swing and get lucky off a pick, I wouldn't be surprised here that they start using their ults to gain more space. But as they tap around and you're seeing a lot of that util from Energies towards the A site, they have no choice for Energy but to keep players anchored up on B and C so far.
Just a hair off on a few of those spams. The reload allows them just to set up on a new line. Vice util triggered. They probably realized Bao's going to be rolling around the map for this, but have a good focus on
So entry, they get a trade, and DG has the Odin.
Mata scoots in and scoots out.
Mata has ult. He can contest.
Instantly taken out of the air.
Okay, Bao needs to stay alive.
And now they're going to start giving the medicine back to NRG.
Oh,
just getting away from Ethan
now
there.
GG needs to kill Scuba.
Looking to rein in the
Wow, what a kill.
Geniuses, but he's mowed down by Digizine. A neural theft here for Bao, just to find out where the brains of Energy are going to be coming
Trying to bait out the cross.
Ethan
Oh,
been in this position so many times,
and he knows DG's low.
And with 10 bullets left,
What's up? What's up? What a kill by Ethan.
The pressure on Digizine. Ethan goes for the defuse with a
I'm doing good. What about you? What about you?
Add another one to the clutch column there for Ethan. With the experience that he brings year after year, and that was looking so good for EG. Stick around, wait for the sprays for the Odin to count down. The macro for both teams was actually quite nice, because you would expect here as
I'm rooting for EG. I want this to go
that's why Energy still
3
have
maps.
3 players in the site, or 2 players to help them out. So they have
But right now,
3
it's not a
players
good
set up.
look. I mean, technically, it is Energy's map.
Too much space, EG took over,
But
and it comes down to a 1 versus 2, despite having information that you're not playing off each other. And unfortunately,
it's a little bit grim right now.
Man advantage scenario from the past games that they've had.
It does continue to plague them. Pancakes grabs the Odin. They're going to try to get on lines. It's so effective on Fade too, because you're playing off your haunt, not waiting for one. So those spams can come right away. Have to pay attention to those for sure.
Bao and B main.
EG still on their side.
Looks like a C fight off of DG's nade.
To start and clearing them out before they take space.
So the Viper is no longer on A.
To be proactive around the map for EG
It's a 1-2-2 right now, but the Viper is rotating. Or in this case, Scuba's rotating.
You see Bao also in front of that B main, looking for a pick on that side as well. Well, no walls to be seen yet. Gives a
Okay,
chance right
Scuba goes down the Viper's pit. Surprised he didn't spot Kiko.
And flies out of that. Superman.
I mean, this is an easy A hit off of this reaction.
Oh, he gets spammed.
Oh, Sorona's gonna die. Oh,
that's like waking up from a nightmare when you start falling right there. You just got out.
and he just walks into Vice the Horns. Brock still gets a kill.
Mata clears Bao. They're so ready for that.
I feel like Energy just aren't threatened right now.
We haven't seen Bao. He's going to be somewhere around the map, but still the space is somewhat gamed as Mata. Now flips the site.
Pancakes does have ult. Ethan is literally 1 HP off of the spam.
To peak first at 1 HP. And that's enough for EG to answer back with 2 very quick. Superman has to adjust here.
Superman
scrambled from the other side as Mata
1v3.
Kill. And they're always
they spawn him.
the defense that
It's just too hard.
is putting together, especially when they find their numbers up like that. A 7th round here for Energy as they continue to shut out Evil Geniuses.
Very respectable for EG to try to fight towards heaven. It's a 3 versus 5 at that point.
Yeah.
The gamble is there. Do you want to try to throw the Nightfall and gamble to see where players could be at and just storm in that spot? But instead, they just tried to go for the trades and hoping for the best. Unfortunately, though, Energy had too many numbers for the fight on the top of heaven, and they always had that insert from Mata in front of B main because they lost Bao. Yeah, oh my god, for sure. It's Energy having an easy first half so far against Evil Geniuses.
They're not tripped up at all on the 3 sites of Lotus from that defensive side. They even don't have the numbers there for the strong site. They are retaking with confidence. And NRG is looking deadly heading into playoffs just from this first game. Spikes down for EG as they work about the map. He just wanted to swing. He just wanted to swing for the smoke. Taken out by Scuba immediately. Zerona is just seeing if he can find anything. Mata pushes forward. That's an outlaw, so they're just reading the state of the game.
There's
so
a high-low on C. Spots it out.
Throw a cage down and bait out the wall. Well,
bait out the wall.
That happens. DJZ's able to jiggle well enough, so you're going to use the Nightfall to get into the site because there's no more.
And Energy have no problem holding this.
Will tempt it.
There's literally 3 on site.
The smoke of Kiko, and they don't want to move in yet.
Scuba laying out the welcome mat, and Brock's going to be there.
And we're just grinded to the Odin.
Across the backside of C. Zerona kind of second guessing popping out of here. Just gonna let that smoke clear to see if we can't get a clean shot on somebody here. But what's the answer to NRG right now? Even with Scuba playing right up in your face, they know they're not gonna lose enough power to lose the round because everybody's flooding in. 4K for Brock there as he picks it up off the Odin, and an 8-0 scoreline for Energy.
Yeah, adaptation is good there for EG.
What
but
is...
for the third time, I am a broken record. It's the lack of execution. I think here, again, if they threw the cage and try to bait out the wall, and then at the same time it baits out a smoke, then you can maybe wait when that 14-second smoke comes down to go for the Nightfall and hit, because that will give the tethers. That will give you a chance to actually entry and follow up behind there. And just unfortunately, EG is just one step ahead of what could be perfect.
13-0, 13-0.
Just trip off each other here.
I like the look of Stingers. I mean, if things aren't working, sometimes you have to execute
Cypher cam on mound.
And Stingers are one way to do that. There's the auto util that's still got
easy kill for DG. Yep. Is this around? Is this around? No trade, no trade. Ethan does his best to stay alive. Run and gun, run and gun. Gets the kill. No more 13-0, no more 13-0. Spot the last 2 players. And Viper's ult. The 13-0 dream is dead.
Just like Haven hit the middle site, use your pit inside there as well, and use your weapons inside the pit. Great entries by Superman 2 to trade off with Digizine.
Damn, no more 13-0.
You want to give a chance here for EG to build up econ into the next round, so we're just going to have to try to find the exits. At the end of the day, this will be a confirmed round for Evil Geniuses. There's no way you're going to lose a 4 versus 1, right?
Right. This is the 1vx that they get. They start to turn it around. It's too.
No way. Imagine he sticks it.
They're just looking for the kills. Shorty. And out.
2 away from showstopper. Not bad. And gets away with gun.
EG's just getting back in. So to say thank you very much. We're still going to destroy your economy, even with the plant. Energy are finding ways to make it tough.
2 more pips, a weapon upgrade.
Yeah, crazy.
But now, thankfully for Evil Geniuses, it was a half buy that we had for EG that they were able to convert thanks to 2 big ults to swing it back in their favor to get the first round on the board, which means they'll have.
They're in the game. EG are in the game.
It starts off, you mentioned it as a joke, but it's the reality. Pancake's coming out with an Odin.
Yeah, let's go.
I'll try to manage to fight through potentially all the slices and the smokes that we currently see here on the rubble side.
So no trade, no trade, no trade. Okay, we get a trade.
That means EG has to chase, and chase a little too far as that one goes back in the favor of NRG now. Numbers up. Still around the map.
Oh,
Superman denies
Superman. Oh, here's the reload. How's the timing?
Taking space perfectly off the mechanics on this.
Oh, the Prowler.
He feels suffocated a little bit, so
Superman can't die.
Superman has to wait for the HP though. The pause has been so good.
Bring him into the fight. Oh, they're getting collapsed on. Pancakes gets 2.
Pancake's getting 1, but it's still Kiko and Scuba able to close in. EG get into these positions.
So sad.
Light at the end of the tunnel, and then NRG just keeps closing it off.
Bao loses the confidence of actually trying to get space throughout all of this chaos. He found that confidence pushing towards that C line when he had an ult to work with, but this time wants to play a little bit more prudent. Still a chance to do 2 individual 1v1s.
This is crazy for Bao. Oh, Kiko more than ready to take him down as they were playing front and back. So no angle was unwatched. 9-1 here as EG's momentum is no more than 1 round.
Yeah, I think every single one of these rounds where EG is trying to open towards the A-side rubble, they're just instantly denied. I don't know how many times we see like a touchdown paint shells right at the feet of Superman every time he TPs towards rubble. Yeah, it doesn't do enough damage, but at the same time, it still creates a lot of problems in the exec that EG is trying to do to control the A line when they have 4 players out there trying to take that space. So you're really trying hard to figure something out on the fly to try to salvage these last couple of rounds here for EG. I mean, that's why Coach Potter is using her second timeout here, and
I'm out for EG.
it makes sense. You're looking back on the defensive side. We talked about how good of a composition, in my eyes, that they have in terms of sport and a little bit the setup for the attack side, but it's still really good for the stalls. Now you see the energy map pool too, and the reason why I wanted to bring this up as well is that they've only played 4 maps so far in this stage. And Lotus wasn't really in this one because, again, nobody wanted to play against him, so they had a chance really to...
For a good reason.
Exactly. keep a strong map pool, and also to show, like, if you still want to try to think that you could anti us on our main maps, well, here's the proof in the pudding. We're going to be able to still dominate that and still carry on what you mentioned before here, Riv. The momentum to carry into the playoffs to show that they're still a top team in the world, that they can still continue their form of the champs of last year.
Well, they are surely bringing everything to the table for
Hey,
this game.
13-1 Dream is still alive.
Score line. EG now come out of a timeout, and they're going to see what they can do here. Let's listen into the comms to see what they've come up with.
Oh.
3A side, boys.
Side.
Let's fast pressure this guy. Yeah, come back. Get ready to retrace A, boys.
Oh, the whiff, the whiff, the whiff.
No wall. It's like a deep wall sometimes. 2A.
Raise on Manziel on me.
Come see 5.
Jesus.
Tether, Ben.
Yeah, can you dog right side?
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready.
They are done nade and the dog right side.
Ben Vice. Top side. Nice. More on the right. With
You have
jump
got-
through. 1, 2.
And it's a grinder.
What I got
Oh, bro.
Yeah, nothing working there, unfortunately. And even when Superman finds the timing, unfortunately not to the form that we saw Superman on the last week, missing a couple of shots on Kiko's back. And at the same time here, you see, once again, they lose their smokes. But the reason why EG's leaning towards the seaside is that they could still use as safe haven a Nightfall to entry to the site. So you're trying to at least find info as a semi-dart by throwing this camera from Bao. But there's just way too much util still available for energy to stop that hit. So the open seaside, you can't really pop into there if you're not trying to bait most of the util on the seaside, especially if you're playing against a Vice. And
Hey, it's an A fight.
I would say maybe string out the rounds a little bit more.
Trade?
They're going forward. Zerona
Pressure from A. Oh, but
Mata
jeez.
just
GG.
playing fundamental Valorant right now. A nice shot and ready to take the next one as he stays peaked.
No, I don't think Superman is not ready.
How do they source this?
They just know how to deal with it.
Would have just a moment to give some info.
2v4.
He's instantly taken out from his ultimate, and that leaves EG with 2 members. So quick into the round.
Even the Nightfall missed Mata in the corner. So as you're trying to jump outside of the smoke, I think it's the story as well for EG on this attack side. Every time they're trying to take space, it has to be by trying to jump through a smoke. And when you're looking at it, the forward smokes is currently from Kiko's side, so it's only an omen, right? You could try to burn that a little bit earlier and really have a better chance to run a mid round instead. But every time
Okay,
trying to surprise
EG can win the round
hoping for the best
if they kill Brock. They kill Brock for free,
and hopefully scare their opponents, but unfortunately,
but they need to dig him out.
keeps getting closed on them.
Arc goes down.
Brock is the site anchor, has
towards waterfall, but the angle's just not there for him. So it seems like they're trying to take little mini fights here by themselves.
okay. Now they can focus on CT.
They are going to have
At least for the time being.
Have the trip. The door has to open for you to check the trip. Maybe they thought they got jumped over, but we're focusing now from
Oh,
Bao
Pancakes
inside.
with 1.
Pancakes for 1. Thinning out those
They haven't fallen
numbers
1,
of
but they don't know where
energy
Bao
before
is.
They can get even onto the spike. This
Now
time
they have a
it's actually
cross.
right behind Mata. 1 for him as Mata gets a 3rd.
Oh, it's just a matter of timing. Oh, he needs to hit that shot.
Situation in this one he wants to make up for.
Oh, if he just plays time.
A defuse, another round for NRG with an 11-1.
Lee just needs to jump off either on top box, behind the box, anywhere near the box.
Yeah.
Didn't have a chance to really hold the corner and fight that against Mata, who's just W running across the board. And look at him getting the effect from the first kill to the last and showing a dominance for Energy here in his first half on Energy's map pick.
It looks like there's no stopping NRG right now. We'll see what Evil Geniuses has when we come back from the break.
all started when I got to the FIFA World Cup and wow, thousands of Verizon customers.
Oh, you got the free Verizon tickets too?
No, I'm with amazing seats.
I'm sorry. Okay.
And even pitch side access.
Are you David Beckham?
A Verizon customer.
This used to be for players. Now it's for Verizon customers. No one gets you closer. Only on Verizon.
It's always fun to hear about the behind the scenes from the teams. And Bonkar, I just want to ask you, how is a day of practice look like for you guys?
A lot of fun, to be honest, all the time. Just a lot of talking, a lot of fun, a few cracks, a little bit of offline time running around together versus no opponents, and just going wherever the flow takes us.
A lot of fun, maybe a little bit of practice?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome back to VCT Americas as we head back onto Lotus, where Energy will take the attack side with 11 rounds from their first half, and Evil Geniuses are looking to live the evilest they have ever lived to try and come back on this one and gain that momentum.
Yeah, usually when the stories of evil plans, they usually get worried about the heroes, right? So hopefully the evils wins today so we can have at least a close game on this first map.
This is the beginning of that story arc.
Yeah, let's see. Lots of them looking to fight towards the A line, but
13-1 is now on the cards.
No matter what, right? You have AG playing a Cypher. The camera is probably going to try to spot some players above the wall, so maybe they could spray through that, but outside of that, it's just Energy stopping and rotating all over towards the seaside.
Supermen should be able to TP out to safety. They may chase past the trip. That's the hope. If they hit, if Energy hits C.
Superman takes no damage. Trip is still up, which is good.
Didn't actually hit the trip, so they have a chance to work off for this on pistol round.
Oh, no tags.
Quickly cleared.
It's just a C hit. Oh, second kill was so lined up.
Zerona didn't really have the crossfire online until now.
Okay, 2v4.
Good stuff, Obs.
Still doable.
Shot, and now Energy making a case.
Yeah, Zerona, I think we wait for our team.
How many times have we seen
no?
This?
Great shots for sure. And now they're just grouping up to play the numbers for EG. So player advantage once again for Evil Geniuses. And this will be the story if they could actually start turning it back in their favor. Lots of mapping time to work with, though, for the side of Energy. Getting outside of the radius where they're not going to get hurt, and especially with the haunt being thrown, that's not going to have be available, rather, once EG starts to play the retake.
We're gonna have deja vu situations of Scuba running to another site here to plant for a clutch. This time, just a teammate and a few more on the other side.
Okay, EG gave up sight. Now it's winnable. It's extremely winnable for Energy.
Point on Lotus versus Evil Geniuses.
Kigo jump spotting, sees one. This is out the smoke. Grenade.
Denying util. This favors
oh, right now. They just walk into a high-low. Pancake.
Oh, he does it again and again.
Pancakes needed that one.
His name wasn't on that clutch list. Brings it to 12 for NRG.
Yeah, if he actually was one of the OGs,
I mean, I feel like that's a common play. You have to
definitely would be up there. But he joins the roster a little bit later on in the year 2025 and is able to move.
You have to dig out that Heaven player.
The trophy of champs with Mata as well.
It's a party over there. They're buying a lot of sheriffs on that pistol round, and they're moving around because who's going to be able to trade with you? Maybe one, but you're always getting that guy with that damage.
Yeah, and when you're looking at the state of this map as well, when the Viper Wall comes down and the smokes get dissipated, there's such big open lanes for the players to fight. So I love the pistol look. Now it's desperate times.
Now it's a force.
EG force buys for the rest of this game if they could actually come back in this one. But as we've witnessed, everybody's been watching this game, right? The same game as me. It's pretty one-sided
Good
so
pick
far.
from DG.
Should be able to end here, but thankfully, Digizine is at least able to score up a first blood for the camp of EG.
Yeah, making some noise, pushing that A main.
No charges.
They're wondering if he's still there. NRG taking their time to reset on the map. They've had full control,
Spots
so they
too.
realize when, like, wait, we've lost a bit of vision. How much they change their pace and go right into search mode to make sure it's not a problem for them.
You
Brock
just
on the other
see
side,
Kiko because
nice
Kiko was
info into
crouching.
space.
That's where they're probably going to start seeing for energy as well when and if Bao keeps setting
Spike
up right
is
now
an
towards this
A.
side, remember why maybe some players and some teams decide not to use
Kiko
Cypher anymore.
has the right gun for the
Once they fell in
situation.
there, breaks all of the kit. There's no more stall on that side.
Question is if he's ready.
About to phase 2. He knows he needs to get the smoke.
Oh,
off
it's a B
first.
split. It's a
Use
B
that
split.
util. And now they can get a double push in here. Paranoia is just on their side. Oh, it was about to
It's
be
a B
traded
split.
out. But the timing's there for NRG instead.
Oh, needed that kill.
Zerona, oh, he
Needed
got his foot
that
on a swivel,
kill.
and it doesn't even matter. He's iced by
GG.
Ethan. As Digizine peeks in with that other sheriff just to creep in by Bao. And that's quick work
GG.
for Kiko and NRG. 13-1 on Lotus. Just like that. Blink and you'll miss it. The champs are in form.
Definitely in form, especially Kiko finishing that map with a quad
GG.
kill. Overall, when you're looking at it, they are definitely in shape from top to the bottom. The macro around energy and also the clutch scenarios that they were put into were just easily taken over by the side of energy. So looking pretty good for their side to also try to be the only team to have an undefeated stage in the Americas right now. They're trying to complete out of 5-0, and so far they're looking to speed run it there.
Yeah, they are speed running it. Let's see how much EG can slow them down. We are going to EG's map of Breeze to see if they can bring this one back. Don't go anywhere. More VCT Americas right after this break.
So one thing I wanted to talk about was these plans. I think the only teams that have been doing plans is EMEA, and if we show the bracket real quick, I think this is a bit concerning for tier 1 teams. Obviously, you know, the bottom of the barrel tier 1 teams aren't that great, and so this is a bit of a bad sign, especially for these teams that want to make franchising. Like, the whole idea is that, yeah, the tier 1 teams should be significantly better, but as we see, teams like Fireflex, teams like Enterprise, both of them are going to make it. Either one of them is going to make it into playoffs. And even if any of these other teams drop to the lower bracket, like maybe even a Job Life, they can still qualify, especially since they play a Pacific, play a Fnatic or GX, and then potentially play the loser of either one of these. So if the fact, if given the fact that potentially 2 tier 2 teams qualify in EMEA, that is a bad look for EMEA. Tier 1 teams should have a reasonable gap, even though I'm on the side of where tier 2 teams have big enough gap to be able to beat tier 1 teams. Because teams like Enterprise, they convincingly beat a Fnatic. Like at first, same thing happened again. Same thing with Fnatic. They ended up playing really good in their first map, just like when they played against Team Heretics, but they just kind of fell apart. They had a good run on Lotus. On their attack side, of course, they ended up finishing on the defense side when it came to split. Enterprise had a run in their defensive side, and then same thing for Fnatic, but they weren't able to make the comeback. Then on Haven, came down to a really close game, but just seemed like the details were in favor of Enterprise. And so you go to this pick'em right here. What do we have right so far? So I predicted Na'Vi. How much time do we have? Real quick. Okay. So I predicted GX. This is the only one I got wrong. And I had no idea about Fireflux. Even though this game was kind of a 50-50. Even though, like, Pacific, I knew that they weren't going to be that good. And so there's a high chance of an upset here, which was fine. But when it came to Team Heretics and not knowing anything about this team, I was pretty surprised that they beat Heretics convincingly. Like, I've been pretty down on Heretics, and I know that for the most part, they've just been a mediocre team. And so when mediocrity comes to a tier 2 team that's hungry to be able to make it into playoffs and potentially make it into champs, then that is a bad sign. Like, on a bad day or even on a decent day, tier 1 teams should beat tier 2 teams. But again, I'm on the side of where tier 2 teams have leveled up. They have been more competitive. I think that should be the general outlook on things. But with that said, I think it is a good sign for when it comes into next year, where these tier 2 teams are going to be in a playoff format with tier 1 teams. And so they have the chance to knock out these big teams and show that the gap is not as big as you think. Team Heretics, if they played last year, then they're obviously beating any tier 2 team. But the fact that they've been pretty mediocre shows that the gap is rising. And it's going to be pretty interesting when it comes to Americas. When we get into play-ins, where Crew, MIBR Sentinels on the same bracket. That's crazy. For a team like Crew, a team like Envy, get to play against these tier 2 teams. And so a team like M80, a team like Bestia, even a team like 2G could knock out a team like Furia, Cloud9, Sentinels, EG. And so
so much and has been looking so good on it. That said, EG is also 2-0.
That is pretty interesting.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing that I'm looking forward to is in the one round that they won on Lotus, it was just them.
Yeah, GX. I think this is a German team. But Foot Advance, Turn of Fire, Advance, and then honestly, I'm happy with the result that ends up coming out of this situation, where there is a tier 2 team that will qualify. So in this situation, I did pick Enterprise to qualify all the way, but I'm happy with either of these results. But when it comes down to here, that's where these games are gonna be the most interesting, because obviously it's still gonna be a build up. I believe on Wednesday it's gonna be this games, Thursday, Friday. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, these games are going to be intense, because most likely that's going to be a tier 1 team potentially against a tier 2 team to qualify for the last spot, if I'm correct. So yeah, there will be in this game be a tier 2 team playing against a tier 1 team to qualify. So that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun to see.
An opportunity to shoot some shots over to the EMEA squad. So well done, and let's hear what Coach Potter has to say ahead of map 2.
Map 2 between EG and Energy is going to be Breeze. And Potter, you're undefeated on this map, and the 2 times that you got the chance to play, you closed out that series. But you're going against Energy, who are also pretty good. So what is the game plan looking like?
Yeah, and the challenge is we just got bullied in map 1, right? So that mental reset is definitely but this is exactly what today's match is for. We were trying to prepare for play-ins and work on that mental fortitude and gain some more confidence. So we're ready. We're ready to actually play our game in Breeze, and I'm confident that we will.
Bunker was talking about how he didn't expect you guys to pick Breeze on them. So is that because of that, getting that experience right before playing?
100%, 100%. Obviously there's going to be a little bit of anti in there here and there, but we're sticking to our game plan and our comfort picks.
All right, good luck.
Yeah, nice to hear Potter talking about the mentality there. And I actually had the chance to listen into EG's comms during that 13-1 loss. And I will say that all in all, I approve of the mentality of Evil Geniuses. This is a team that's playing against an undefeated squad, but they didn't feel intimidated inside of the rounds. And I also didn't feel like they were afraid to make mistakes, or they were playing like they were just going out there severely outmatched to NRG. This is a team that was focusing on micro details round after round.
Oh wait, let me
to
close the
make some
tabs real
small
quick.
adjustments and find that improvement going into the next round. I hope they're going to have it here on Breeze. They seem pretty confident when I was listening to them. Ribbon Bands are going to be right back with map 2 just after this short break.
Welcome back to Evil Geniuses versus NRG, and that's kind of the way it is right now. Evil Geniuses is fighting right now to get a map here in this series. 13-1 on that first map. I don't think NRG is going to be letting up here as we get to Breeze. You heard Bonkar there in the desk talk about it. He was surprised EG wanted these maps, and we can see why.
Well, for Coach Potter, it's to mention we wanted to get the reps in. We wanted to get ready for the play-ins and also work on the mental aspect of things. You know, they let a 12-5 slip against MIBR, then got owned by MIBR on the second map, 13-2 on Ascent. This time they lose 13-1 on Lotus against Energy. Maybe they have a chance to turn it around for the second map too. Maybe get those reps too in terms of mentality of like, how do we turn around getting dominated in the first map like that? And if they could have a very similar storyline as other teams that's able to upset Sentinels, for example, when they win the first map of the series, and we could see still a possibility for the upsets to continue.
One of the things they did mention, Pancake said, is losing that 12-5. It was harder to start on attack side for the second map that they ended up losing. So losing the first one, 13-1 is pretty drastic, but they do start on defense. So maybe they can get a read on Energy here, start to get a bit of a better flow to start this second map, because it has to happen right away as we head on to Breeze.
It was a 13-3 scoreline that we didn't get a chance to see too much of the defensive side of EG against Furia. So yeah, starting off here could help them out a little bit. But this is also a very strong map for Energy. So they've outside of Sunset, actually, they've won every single one of the maps they've played this stage. So I think any matchup currently against Energy will be very difficult moving into this very map. Hopefully, though, the game plan will continue to be macro quite good for EG, and hopefully during the break between the maps that they have a chance to talk through how they want to micro a little bit better and run their team plays a little bit better.
Mata's with the only ghost. All sheriffs again for NRG here. Actually, quite a few. That long range that they favor on these pistol rounds as they scream right into B site. They start to close that. Ethan, fake plant to see if anybody pops out for a shot. And they're already set up for post plant while the plant's happening. Superman low. And EG encroaching ever so slowly. Looks like they want to clear elbow first, but they're not going to have much time if they do this at the pace.
Yeah, might have to wait for the high tide to come down.
Are they ready for this elbow?
Go for the flank on the B main first.
Oh, what a good flash. The Scuba gets out. Big duel. Did kind of waste the blind for one player. I don't mind if they win this round. Peeks into two. The rest are so low.
Still tucked in. The defuse tries to go through here, and they haven't.
They don't know. They don't know if he's off.
Oh, it doesn't work, and that means it's even more pressure on EG for the defuse. The walk-in happens, and it's never gonna work. Ethan gets the shot. He goes down, but the round goes for NRG.
I already felt in the retake of EG that it was going to be very difficult. The first curveball through the Viper wall was perfect. They catch one off guard, they take down Brock, but then you have a 3 versus 1 in the B main. And instead of going for a triple swing for the kill, you burnt the paranoia from Superman from the bottom staircase. So what type of flashes do you have on the retake into the site? Nothing. So now, once again, just like Lotus, you're running through smokes, you're getting picked off, and you give a chance for Energy to turn it around. You almost got the defuse under the nose of Energy, but at the end of the day, it still comes down to the pressure of the time of the defuse that makes EG scramble, and those mistakes happen.
You could see feet on the one-way, and he still kept swinging. Oh, EG is kind of antsy. They're hungry to get these plays, but also forcing a few errors for themselves. As Energy get the plant. And they'll be able to set this one up nice and easy. Evil Geniuses will look to just die to the spike here. It's so clean. You hear Energy in their interviews, and they say every game is a we-must-win game type deal. Doesn't matter if it isn't a championship or not. So that's why they always look unstoppable.
Well, that's why you want the championship point as well. This is the last one you get before you get into the playoffs and see how deep you go in the standings to get more points there. And they're what? If they win this one here, they're going to be 1 point away from tying up with G2. I think it's at 17 points. But most importantly, you know how difficult these matches are once you get into the play-ins. Just like Ender said, what's happening currently in EMEA right now, so many Tier 2 teams are actually upsetting the current partnership teams in their current runs. So we could have one of those games. We have M80 for Christ's sakes in our rosters, right? They could knock down teams like Energy, and if you fall down early, thankfully, at least hopefully, you have the safety net of the championship points to get through the champs.
Yeah, M80, they might be one of the most hungry teams that have been on the cusp of finding themselves on that stage. Bestia, 2G, teams that have had players on this stage that are going to come in very hungry that EG is going to have to worry about.
Super excited for that, to see the return of a lot of these players from partnership and probably come back with a vengeance, which, again, we're currently seeing that in EMEA. Magnum, Patty Tech, having a good time so far.
Well, so is NRG, as they are controlling this game and look to steer it straight towards mid and use that harbor wall for Kiko to break the side open. And he's really just the one kind of selling this. They want to see how much EG will move for the bonus round. Spam through, though. As Dizzerzine gets that first kill and Bao will answer across the map. They're finding the back of NRG the whole time with the little inserts EG has had.
Oh, what a stinger.
Pushes forward as they have to make room in the site, but it's
Dang, Ethan, what did that stinger do? What did that stinger do?
More, and the stinger's only going to do so much from there. EG come back for the bonus round this time.
Yeah, stopping Energy's bonus round is a great start. Not getting it converted last time around there, just like on Lotus. But that said, Energy's walking into this rifle round with their own null command. You're seeing how Energy won this round. Lots of sprays through smokes that got some kills, and it's just a little bit harder here for the Stingers to play that long range in an open site. We'll see right now if Energy will try to go for some sort of a hit with an null command.
Shadows traveling. Decided to put it on. Yeah, it could be a very well a fake to that. Oh, wait, the pop flash pulls Zerona's ult out immediately. You have to be kidding. That's crazy.
Guys, moving over with the rest of the team. Probably null command into the A site as well.
Yeah.
Hey, it's going to be an A hit for Energy.
Only one person inside this A site.
Dash in, take that space. Super textbook here, but
Oh,
Superman
Superman gets one.
Timing works for him.
Gets
Scuba
two.
decided not to
That's a
peek, and
bonus.
He's gonna be able to clear him as well. It takes a third just to take the Superman down. Waiting for that wall to
Okay,
drop. It has
Mana
fallen,
is
so
punting
EG's
towards
about to get their
backside.
peaks on.
Looks like they are gonna
His
try to
energy
take the
is hiding,
fight
sprayed
towards
across
there, at least
fires.
trying to gain some
Not
space.
looking at a Brock ultimate here, so
I
he's
mean,
gonna try
Ethan
to get a
is
long peek on before he can get back.
in
He's
no
going for
man's
the full
land.
swing. The fight's already
Good
happening
blind,
inside as the paranoia
but
comes
DG is
through
blind
from
and runs
EG.
into the
Clears with
molly.
fragment grenade. Looking them back
Oh,
each
it's a
other up.
3v3 now.
Trying to take the same angles for
Bow?
energy.
Bow?
And Bow gets two. In this, oh, the late drone. The jig is up for Brock here. It's gonna take
Guys,
the firepower.
guys, guys.
The Brock to God.
Protect Spike? No?
Oh,
I guess we're not doing that.
hurt.
I guess we're not doing
Bao
that.
and Superman did whatever they could there. They each had a two-piece. That means that there was only one player remaining, being Brock. The util was great for the wraparound for energy to just stall, delay, perfect plant scenario as well, plant position.
Oh my God!
That never puts them in a place where they were supposed to play an A main in the first place and gives enough time. That's the reason why that plant went towards that back of the site, so that Brock could wrap around. Maybe not necessarily go into a clutch, but man, does it make a nice little highlight reel for energy. That forces the eco for EG.
That is insane. I mean, you only hear it a few times, but he can use more than the Odin. That's for sure. Holy moly. How do you answer when you have these rounds for EG and you get deflated like that all the time, Vans? It's tough.
Energy kind of knows, of course, that EG's on this eco right now, and at the minute mark, trying to see if there's going to be some sort of a pop attack on that side, and already the recon dart comes out. That probably gives an inkling that there is a little bit of concentrations of defenders in the mid take. So look at them all fall back right now, all meeting up here towards the back lines, probably finish towards the
There's
B
a
side.
solo peek on mid. Punish.
Especially after that first kill from Mata. Digizine tried to peek for some information. Who better than Digizine to do it? I respect that.
Yep.
He is the one that you definitely need in a roster for EG to score these first blood, especially if he has a nice pistol to work with.
They're reading the elbow play. Oh,
what a
nicely
classic.
timed on Mata, trying to get that high tied up.
Good walk out towards elbow. They could pick up the gun.
It looks like they'll have time to do it. They're already pinging towards it.
And they get rid of the ult in the round.
They need to get the plant down and set up a reverse site here, knowing everything's been flipped by evil geniuses.
They pick up the gun.
That Scuba kept his Viper wall, so
Energy knows they have to
anytime
go
a rotate
towards
spawn
arches.
difficult to do.
I think
and that also secures the
EG have to
Energy currently has here on how to
win
play
that
this full
fight.
plant.
And win
They're
that
not
fight.
even letting EG get close to create crossfires. Taking the fights as soon as they come online, and another one happens. Zerona will try and enter.
I think the players
all
towards
on his
tunnels and
own
arches should wait for the players flanking
timer's
to,
already ticking, so this is
you
the
know, take a
pressure
little
damage.
space. At least
there's
pressure the players.
Oh, the swing puts great protection.
It is
between
Piner
him
for
and
the player
Brock
in
to
arches.
finalize that kill. He's going to be able to get half here as he swings it, and that's
No
going to be
time.
the time that NRG needed to shut him down, shut him up, and take the round right back in their favor.
Good on Zerona to go for that one, though.
Yeah.
It was an eco that you had for EG, so you build the econ, the max bonus, you get rifles no matter what in the next round. But on top of that, getting the 3 kills makes it expensive for energy. You're getting closer to your run it back as well. You're forcing these peaks to happen, so. See, you asked me the question of how do you actually fight around losing and getting deflated into energy's play so far. You see the vibes are still up, and you see that they still have the confidence going for these type of plays so that they could play the long game and hopefully catch up.
And the operator now online, you talked about that in the first map. Digizine has that economy, has it in his hands, but they're going to be forced for a fast strat towards B, and also this mid strat that cuts off the transition. Superman hiding in just a small quadrant of safety, and Kiko sources him right out. Now they have to retake with that op instead of it being a first line of attack, which slows things down a little bit, and there's so many angles to clear just to get there for EG. I don't know if they really want it.
Such an interesting look for EG for that round, though. Focusing a lot of players to fight towards middle and leave the sites pretty much open. And only one person moving down that line was able to call it out for energy to move into an open B site.
Now
couldn't hold his ground, unfortunately.
needs to win a fight.
Yeah, this is one of the everything has to go perfect situations, or you'd expect EG to back away. They try to back
Energy
away
is just
here,
too
and
good.
This is actually going to be a hunted Digizine, and he's quite close to the action.
He should
A
know.
little dart.
Okay,
Ooh.
gets a kill.
Jump fakes Brock on the Phantom, and he's going to be able to stay alive.
Yeah, he should be should be able to stay alive.
This has been EG trying to keep themselves alive in here, getting around, and then it going back in favor of NRG as they scramble to get control of the game from the champs.
Good to see the shots are good from Digizine, though. We haven't seen a single op from his side on the first map of Lotus. Albeit when I wanted to see some op on the attack side, I also wanted to see it on the lurker, so you could still leverage like the satchels, the spacing that Digizine could get. Yeah, this is a very easy series so far in the eyes of
Energy are
Blanca.
just sitting on the
Almost like
couch.
he's in a
They don't
Tesla,
care.
speed
They
up,
know they're gonna win the game.
just watching the game
Just no matter what.
unravel into his favor.
And how many rounds they're gonna
But
give
for Coach
EG?
Potter, it's a little bit more work that she needs to do right now with the team to clean up the act on their defensive side.
Yeah, if it was NRG's idea to really put what they practice into plan, man, they are getting it round for round. Almost like having the ref being able to reset and like, good, just do it this way next time, and then they can. So EG looking to steal away that freedom. You talked about the vibes. We heard the vibes from Superman. It's just warming up. We're warming into it. And honestly, a 5-1 scoreline isn't all that bad when you know alts are about to come online here to start to turn around these instances, make it happen.
Seeing here, Kiko going into the jet, so playing a lot of agents for energy within this stage, being the Swiss Army knife for the team too. And you also saw, especially when it comes down to map like Sunset, where they were so far haven't won a single game, but trying different things to make sure that they could have a deeper map pool no matter what. But Kiko is definitely not only good in terms of the agents that he plays, but the firepower that he brings. He had the crowd buff going into Masters London, dropping like +20s against the tops of the world. And then even in the first map, even had like a +13 or something like that on Lotus itself. So he's definitely finding his form, treating Americas like home, just like London, and farming against EG today.
He is an international player for sure. Like, he brings it at home, but it's great to have.
Oh,
like
spots. Gotta get crunch.
We're going swimming this round. Reckoning goes
Pops
out. High tide
dash.
is up.
Doesn't get one, but has knives. Stays alive. It's gonna be a hard retake though, especially with Viper's Pit.
Because of all the controller util. Quickly planted. And they're actually taking a deep exit towards the ult here to make EG have to walk through everything and take that damage just to source where the spike is. All right, pancakes. Dart's about to go out. The team's going to try to act off of this. They see nothing, but that's also
Okay, do they get Kiko? Isolated by himself. Loses nice, doesn't get traded.
Already looking him dead in the eye with the daggers.
Need those trades,
For
man.
a close-up fight here. Pit still controlled. They haven't even done anything about the pit.
Yeah,
yet.
they should save.
Pick up the pace here if they want anything to happen in this round.
Players with guns should save. No time.
To source out the information.
Zerona. We start running, Zerona.
Keeping him in here with the spike as well, which they've already made it out basically scot-free. Kiko goes down in the end there, and a 6-1 scoreline for NRG as EG just looked indecisive.
Kiko is just trying to tighten his shoelaces so he can close the gap on.
We're already halfway through the map.
To work with after the blade storm, so couldn't take the weapon away from Zerona's hands. But I
We're already halfway through the map, and it's only been an hour.
To catch some players off guard when they
We're halfway through the second map, and it's only been an hour.
Through Digizine's op, and then maybe you start upgrading weapons as you throw with the running back in there. But Energy gave them nothing to work with in the post plant. So staying very composed. Despite them having such a one-sided victory for Energy so far, they're still making sure that they're playing the cleanest Valorant and not overheating in these scenarios.
Oh, in a tough spot. One going in, one going out. This is huge.
He sees the freest kill of his life.
A nice protection from Ethan and the crew to keep that safe, and they get out.
I don't blame him. It's one of those plays where
got scratched. I lie. So did Scuba.
you see there's so much running, so he's defenseless, so I'm gonna fight the other players
As they go from site to site.
that have their guns out. But if you at least don't get one of the players with their guns out, that looks dumb. I'm just saying how it looks.
from Pancakes on the top of mid.
Oh,
Nice to Jazeen.
get your ace. Get your ace. Get your ace. Keep. Ooh. Get your ace. Get your ace. Get your ace. Pull out your up. Pull out your up. Pull out. Yep. Oh, if they throw this round, I swear if they throw this round. Okay. DG said, I got this round.
What a beautiful round by Digizine.
Now I don't know about the rest of you
Like I
guys.
said, Energy had so much information to start rotating on the other side, knowing that the B site's open. But these type of shots, super clean from the star duelist of Evil Geniuses. Top of the ratings when he got dropped.
Is that Charity?
Was farming in the VCLs, but also in Ascension in itself. Seeing how and why Potter looked for a player like this.
Yeah.
The amount of first kills versus first deaths that he's able to bring for a team has been so good since the Lao days to the VCL to even show it in this stage here.
Get killed by Val. Oh, DG just punished. That can make Energy accelerate.
Taken by Ethan now.
It's a straight A hit. No other layers in the round. No flank. Just a straight hit.
So NRG can really sort out the space they want before engaging again. EG close to that first pyramid here.
Okay, 4v4 retake.
Wait for Zerona to get in. It's a smart play for the wall and the flash.
Pancakes drones with no cover. Pancakes dives to Amali. Val gets one. Zerona gets one. Flash. They need a... Oh, Ethan just wasn't ready for the fight. And do we lose this? We don't.
Superman takes down Mata and the defuse will come through.
That's crazy. The retake just started off of a shorty kill.
In the back so that Mata could try to find a timing. At the end of the day, from the spike plant at the position, they probably had the idea, speaking of EG, that there was probably going to be another one of those trying to wrap around. Worked out well. Like I said, such good delays coming out from the wall cycles out of Energy. But once you start seeing Energy, EG encroach with the information on the drone, they had the advantage on how they wanted to trade it. All right.
Okay.
Time to take control of the steering wheel once again.
A little bit more of an idea on why EG wanted to choose Breeze now. Setting in for the squad of NRG. And it is to get to that op. And the first one may have missed, and they may have cut off Digizine on the first few lines, but he created his own space that round to make sure the op could come online. And that's exactly what the EG picked up Digizine for, to be that guy.
Yeah, and I just talked about the Energy, how clean they were in terms of the Valorant gaming that they've been bringing throughout this series. But that time around, they weren't really playing off each other, and looks like Bonkar really wanted to clean that up right away. So he calls a timeout. Let's try to re-hit towards the A site. It's almost reminiscent. I remember in an interview of Energy continuously hitting A site, A site, A site of Breeze, because he's like, yeah, we're just trying to get some reps in, so let's try to bring it in one more time. So after the timeout, Energy now leading 5 players towards the A site. Starts with a knife to get information towards the A line, so they know at least that Digizine's not opping on that side. So let's see how they execute into A.
2, on top. Dead. One Phoenix. I'm all lead, I'm blocked.
Great.
Mid-side.
Flash off of mid. Oh, Pancakes. 2-0 trade.
Jet has up, guys.
I'm just gonna walk through, bro.
I like it.
Go for it. Rockin' drone in 2 seconds. Bridge.
Oh, just unaware.
Only bridge top.
You have COVID too, Adam.
Don't worry about it. I'll ping him soon, wait. He's far. Going up. Tag him. On the rope. Under the rope. Just get out. I have shocks for a bomb.
It's planted mid-side.
You can go door, Adam. Just show.
It's just so hard unless he picks up again.
Double shock and dart later. Just live forever, Adam. Yep. Right here. I'm ping. One just smoke max, too. Dart at 5.
Bro just called Brock Broden.
Mid-side.
Picked up a rifle. Good job, Adam. Nice fucking round, bro. There we go.
Yeah, we wanted some clean communications this time around for Energy, and we got it after the timeout. It was chaotic. There was some question marks being thrown, but what I really like at the same time for Energy is, and a lot of these teams are finding a lot of good value throughout this stage, is that it's not only just on the protocols on how to exec and how to play some clean Val, but when it comes down to these scenarios where it doesn't come out into your favor, you have to be assertive on the space that you take. Individualism has to come out to play, and that's where Mata just shined there on that 2v2.
It's something that Ethan has actually recently said he loves about this team and relieves pressure from him as the caller, because normally he was the mid-round second caller, making plans off of the first guy.
So
to have the
B-side
team
hit, Energy are just practicing
it relieves that pressure. Here,
their
he's the flash pressure as they head
execs.
into the site. Scuba relieves that on Superman as they creep right.
They haven't even
without
put
too
up.
much trouble
Oh,
here.
they just put up
On the
Viper
Evil
Wall.
Geniuses up the gut. Pancakes hits out the Hunter's Fury and just misses out on a kill. But Mata
Pressuring every point of the map.
They're still attacking in the post.
They don't have spike down.
EG's just not ready for. I mean, they didn't plant, but still pushing, I should say, in that site. Crazy stuff that Energy just aren't stopping.
Best insert EG has right now is Bow in the window, though. They don't have him accounted for yet.
Oh, get spike down.
And it counts. Quickly taken down.
Trade 1v3.
Now they know where Zerona is.
Has ult, but it's hard to use it when he doesn't have info on any of the players besides the spike planner.
But he's gonna have someone lurking on him too.
Jeez.
Doesn't even have the angles necessary, and Brock takes it down for an 8-3 now in favor of
Jeez. It's just unfair.
I think outside of the
This goes back to what I was saying about tier 2. I get EG are kind of having an off game. I think they could perform a little bit better against Energy. But tier 2 faces EG against a decent to struggling EG, then they might farm. Just like Energy. Not to say that Energy's they're on the same level as Energy, but a lot of these tier 2 teams are momentum based. If they have a momentum base against a struggling team, then it's just wraps.
On the defense.
First pick off of Kiko. Bao gets info.
Get sourced kills here in the beginning
Lives.
of the round. Extremity, but they've lost B. Kiko goes down right away. So the question is, how do they get in now?
Reckoning in pit, maybe?
Yeah, it's
simple.
gonna have to be the full team though. Everyone behind it.
Walking towards B.
For a shot first.
EG aren't really taking any space.
See if they can't get
They
in.
really haven't made a play to control mid besides their anti-eco, I believe.
They've chosen the soft site. And they're actually just gonna walk it in. And why not? If it can be for free, you take it. Ethan drops Superman just like that.
He's just not ready to fight the angle.
But it again, they're trying to be quiet about
DG
it.
gets info on 2, 3. DG's by himself. He said, I'm gonna win this round until he dies. Until he dies.
And Energy, when they're rooted into this site, are so hard to dig out. Brock gets a kill before
They kill. And Pancakes is just by himself.
They can really even get into the site. A nice TP in though from Bao as he tries to
Dog gets one. 1v2. It's winnable. They don't have spike plant. Can isolate the hold.
And yeah, Mata's ready for Zerona. They have all the angles covered from that spot. And another round comes in for NRG.
Sheesh.
A 9-3 first.
Sheesh, man. Sheesh.
Is so beautiful.
What is going on?
Towards that B side. So jumping out the window, technically you won't get hurt by the person watching in that spot. And as they walk up, they hide the wall, so they're never gonna see. Superman's never gonna see them walk up. So it was going to be an open surprise, no matter what. Not a chance for EG to hold, and potentially not a chance for EG to turn it around.
It's going to be tough. They have to leave everything on the table when we come back from the break. Don't go anywhere.
All right, we're in a break. Now we can talk about anything we want. But I want to look at these standings. So I guess the next game, well, we all know Sentinels lost. Of course, when it matters most, Sentinels lose. Same thing happened last stage. They lose against Energy to qualify to playoffs, and they end up losing. Same thing. They play a crew that hasn't won any single game. They literally lost against C9. And Sentinels lose to them. And so Sentinels lose out on a chance to be able to skip the play-ins and go straight to playoffs, or they may face a M80 team. And then the next game, Loud has qualified for playoffs, but it determines who's the first seed. And the first seed is a huge advantage. Not only do you get to skip all of these play-ins, but in playoff, you get to skip a round. So the winners, the top 2 winners in play-ins are going to be right here. And the second seed of each group is going to be right here. So we have the second seed. Obviously, Energy already clinched because they beat Lev. And so this would eventually beat Lev. I don't know why they haven't put that yet. Second seed will eventually be Lev, and they're going to play the winner of the play-ins. And so in this game, pretty much determines if... Oh, wait, actually... So Lev is actually going to be here. So Energy, Lev, they're in the same group, is going to be right here. And then the 1 and 2, which is Loud, and 100 Thieves are going to be right here. So all they have to do, again, for the first seed, is win this game, they go to champs. 2 games out of the potential, let's say, like in Sentinel spot, you have to win 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games to be able to make grand finals. And say like a team like Sentinels, they lose a game, they played 1, 2, 3, again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games. And in this stage, the losses reset, so you can always go to a lower bracket. So the max games for a team like Sentinels that did decently in the group stage, they could play. The max games is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 games, and a 9th game would be to make grand finals. So again, I'm gonna double check to make sure. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the 9th game. So 8 games just to qualify and make it to champs. That's the max amount. Oops, we're already in. We're already in.
And quickly scooting out. Mata's gonna reset for a rename.
Jesus, man.
Oh my gosh. He just denies everyone else. Him and Ethan doing some crazy classic work at the front of A main to make EG.
So DG, or not GG, EG
but they rightfully so.
went pistol. We missed it because I was a little distracted.
So the util clear comes out and they realize, wait a minute, we have this space for free.
And this is their anti-eco.
You've been able to source a gun. No, Zerona's kind of deep on that kill, so it'll be protected.
We're working off. Zerona is 2 away from ult.
They're just
They
flashes behind the team's protection. They've killed a few Phantom for Superman.
They have a high-low. It's a little dangerous. Did they pick up the Phantom? Did they pick up the Phantom?
EG, stop high-fiving. There's a Phantom in a sight.
Yes, there's a Phantom. Did they pick up the Phantom?
I don't know if they picked it up because it was like, what, a Bulldog and a Guardian they had? I think they picked up at the very last second. But yeah, it was very nice. Good round here for
Guardian and the Phantom.
Run into the second one. Their bonus round here. I mean, it was going to be a round where potentially they could continue to.
I think they picked up the Phantom.
Off the Zerona ult. But you have to give credit for Mata in that previous round when he got the right-click kill. And now forces Zerona to pick up an orb and look for an extra kill before they could start activating. So it's going to slow down EG's round for a bit here. Not necessarily playing any type of forward positions. They're just waiting to see if Energy is using util on their side. This round's going to develop a little bit more at that minute mark.
Looking for that Ethan spot on the pistol round, that is. He is not going to be pushed, but he will be doing a bit of leaning for the team.
Oh, good kill for DG. Need this bonus round if they want to carry the momentum and win this map.
Becomes quite a bit tougher here.
It's a great start, too, on the bonus round for EG. Because Superman only has a ghost to work with. So that's kind of weak when they want to try to entry into the site. It seems to be a split into this B site, but there's still 2 players of energy here.
Superman's wall just goes out.
Figure out the snake bite.
That's going to activate the brains of NRG to start rotating over.
Brock throws a dart to prevent the flood. Good kill. And DJ's ready for an ace. He's ready for an ace. No, they're saving. Zerona gets plant. Went away from all. He can literally just die. And they have all in the next round.
Momentum and the confidence EG needed here.
You send DG,
or save the Phantom on the previous round, but at least Superman's able to pick one
you
up
either
here
send DG or Zerona.
in the back of the site.
Either one.
Works out.
Both of them
Right now, Digizine
could die in the round and it'd be
such a
fine.
beautiful 1v1 opener
But
in
if they
mid
want a
doors,
flourishing
there was no reaction
economy,
coming out from Energy because of how they were
then it's
currently
fine if
setting
they
up
don't
their
get the
defensive line.
kills.
It's very similar to what we keep talking about
And
when
stay
you're
alive.
playing a Cypher here on the comp and you don't have some early mid control. The players have to play so far back. So as soon as the smoke comes up here towards this tunnel side,
Okay,
that
they are
blocks the whole
approaching the
vision of Rob.
players.
Ethan was trying to play
Do they have
an
enough
angle, and
time?
then Digizine
I don't
is
think
able to find the timing to
so.
get
There will be a
inside that smoke
fight.
that allows EG to go for the pop split.
Okay,
and
Zerona
for
gets
even
ult.
Digizine to get value off
Does
of
DG stay alive?
on this side exactly
Oh, DG gets a kill.
And he gets the kill. So Zerona gets ult there because he wanted to die. And then Digi gets his kill. So they're nicely setting up these rounds there at the end to chase down. And there's that opener. And yeah, that separated the map so much.
This round could have be the springboard.
Jeez. He's like, I'm working.
I mean, for EG, this is an attack side comp. Double duelist, double controller.
Lean in, put your elbows
No
on your knees
sentinel.
and just stare at the screen because it's time for EG to play the comeback in the second half, looking much better on the attack side. Outlaw in the hands of Digizine, knowing here that Energy are going to be on a low buy. Only thing that Kiko has is, or at least that Energy has, is a rifle in the hands of Kiko. And a half shield. He's currently watching that towards the mid line, but he doesn't want to give too much space. And that palm flash attempt to peek, unfortunately, gets blinded
Dash
by
info.
Ethan, so they still get 0 value on where EG is currently
Scuba's
set up.
no longer set up on B. It'd be a great time to hit B. And it looks like that the team is leaning on. Kiko was literally one shot 10 Outlaw.
Door number 1 is the first
Just
blood
missed the
of round.
shots.
Digizine goes down. Zerona is still here to crack that egg and get sure or make sure the team can get into B.
Yep, Phoenix ult, hit site.
Forcing Brock right off of the
Nobody
site.
to
EG
stall him
plant now.
at the choke.
They are numbers down.
But they are going to get
They're
flanked.
gonna have to really make this
But
work
it
if
is
they
going
wanna
to take a
keep the momentum
while.
up, 'cause I feel like Energy
Oh, they
just
grab Mata's
take it all
ult
back with
in
this
A
round.
main. I wonder if the team pay
Picks up
attention
the
to
Outlaw.
that.
They're going for a double flank so far here.
It's literally
Are
just
trying to activate a little bit more quickly.
Superman holding the flank, where he could get pinched from.
Thankfully, nobody was there. If they could encroach
He
onto
could
Superman
get
at the
pinched
bottom
from
of this B
elbow
site,
and
this Rekka could do a
window.
lot of damage.
All you hear is,
He's gonna be calling it, but he has to keep his eyes forward, hoping they jump over his head here.
oh, gets both.
He's able to get both somehow.
That's the dub.
What a correction.
Literally only Kiko has a rifle, so if they kill.
Energy's hand is
Kiko
forced
is the
as
only
Kiko
one with the
dashes in and actually gets two. Good
for the
gaze,
fence. Oh, he's the only one with a gun, and he gets an ace.
How did that happen? Superman gets
This
such
is
a
the
nice
second
two-piece
time
and denying the dynamic
or a
duel
round
on the
that's
top of
easily
the
favored for
window. Yet
EG.
somehow Kiko still dashes in, and while mid-dash,
They just lose the round to one player.
Oof. Digizine was never ready for that one either. You could see he was aiming on top of yellow. Look at that. The turn to be able to spot pancakes and spot bow at the same time. Just a human turret.
Oh my god! That was insane! You got his ace!
Bro dashed on side without a smoke and still got the kill to the player in the corner.
Crazy stuff. As evil geniuses need to put a
What am I
pause
watching
on that
here?
ace momentum. And they go for the timeout.
That could be almost as deflating as similar, maybe not as heavy as a 12-5 loss that EG suffered to MIBR and Haven. But that type of scenario here where Kiko is moving in like that, there's absolutely no way they should give that up. In moments where EG were losing a lot of those man advantages against MIBR, it was them running into somebody like Verno and just getting mowed down, where Verno just clutched against them every single time. I mean, you're seeing it here. It is not looking good for week after week in terms of how they're trying to convert their man advantages for EG, and it continues to be worsened against Energy today. And at this point, the reason why I'm saying how it hurts even more, it's that it had to be Energy running into them. It had to be one single guy running into them.
Yeah.
And he just dismantles the whole roster.
Wow, what a heartbreaker.
Timeout to calm the senses, pretty much. It's a Hail Mary timeout for EG to try to string
Kiko would up near double door. Could take space off a top mid.
Definitely in a position to get an
Oh, just not ready for the fight.
With that first blood from Kiko.
Someone's feeling it right now. Up through the door. It's the last point. Digizine was successful, and he gets shut down this time around.
Okay, drone doesn't tag. Doesn't see Bao near double door. But Energy, they're diligent. They're not gonna rotate
It's like they just know what EG's
through
doing
double
based on
door
where they're
or
now
try to
seeing them.
re-clear it.
And you see the differences of how Energy are currently setting up to find that active information. This time by having Brock droning on
A lot of people leave space towards Nest. They just don't know what to do with that space. Looks like Bao is going into Nest.
For the elbow/mid control, trying to fight through that.
Okay, Digizine getting through was big last time.
Oh, it's
He's already
cleared.
found out. He only had a moment behind
3.
enemy lines before they found him through the walls. A few inserts, but it's not back sight. They don't even know it's back there. EG.
I mean, they don't know, but they don't have to worry about flank. Zerona with a good kill. Doesn't get the punish on Brock. Oh, Zerona might carry this round. If they kill Kiko, they win this round.
Kiko now with the ultimate after that crazy.
If they kill Kiko, they win this round.
Trying to identify positions. Hello. Zerona takes a
If
few cuts
they still
back
kill
to the head,
Kiko, they can
and they're still
win
going
this
for the fight.
round.
Everybody's just hit with util here, but it's up to Superman.
They have info on the Viper.
1v2 situation. This
But-
is his moment. Cape flowing in the wind. He's going to try to get this down. Doesn't want to enter the smoke just yet. Goes! He meets both
Sad.
of them inside the smoke because there's
Sad.
so much time.
Sad for
before the
EG.
pressure's really added. Energy play it calm, cool, and collected. and bring it
Energy
to a
or
landing for
EG
themselves.
round, they
Also,
just died to
EG were trying to
Kiko.
move forward into the site so they could leverage the
They just died to
pit
Kiko
to
every
block out the
single
tunnel, to
round.
block out the arches, but just unfortunately, as they're
What was that,
starting
3
to set
for
up here in the
Kiko?
post line, they're also all losing their positioning. Zerona did his darnest to try to take some players
1.
down, but so many players once again sneaking through. The first one
Yep,
was
his
that pick
third.
that Scuba got into Bao into tunnel. This time you just saw it on the screen where Kiko just got the backstab on to Zerona. So
Do we
the
have a
protocols for the
pause?
pulse plan that
Oh,
everyone
we
was
don't. We're
talking
good.
about
We're
here
good.
between the maps
We're good.
continues to
We're
linger.
good.
As pretty much now at this point a moot point. Just looking for 1 or 2 or 3 rounds that EG could string together to make it look
They
clean in
could
these team-based scenarios.
drone out this Viper's
Unfortunately,
pit,
haven't seen it yet.
but they're just gonna grab orb. Zerona has ult
Smartly
again.
playing in and out of the fuel to keep it up.
Could do a
But
B
also
pop
playing that orb mid.
or
up
a
and
B
down, so
split.
Kiko- I'm
What?
sorry,
It looks like a B
multiple
split.
things right now. To make sure.
They throw a fake smoke towards tunnel, but Energy has space in top mid.
I mean, this position,
So
this lockdown on the B
that
side.
could make a lean towards A.
They're locking over on this side as well. for
Or
the
they
B
could be
side, so
walking towards B.
Really, the only avenue that EG has is to walk contact back into B with a up down, or make a lot of noise on middle where they have 3 players.
Spam?
Ethan getting ready to pop flash potentially for the swing through the
Timing. Oh my God, Brock. Brock just somehow stays alive.
First thing Energy did was shoot at the
Almost
door
gets the third
opening
kill.
sound. Oh,
And Ethan.
okie-dokie. Just cooked him up there.
Okay, they're gonna drop the Viper's pit. It's still winnable.
Kill onto his teammate, but it's not even going to matter for NRG. It's just part of the day.
It's still winnable.
Clean up by Superman.
Oh, is Superman gonna peek into the op?
Time's already ticked quite far down.
Info on 2.
Zerona making some noise.
Okay, playing in. Oh, gets one at least. And the op is spotted.
But Pancakes takes it right back.
Okay, op is dropped for a gun. Info
is the challenge.
Superman is literally one shot.
In the previous rounds, but EG need to find a way to do it and keep this off of map and series point for energy.
It'd be classic EG to lose this round.
Superman's low. On anything, he's first contact here. He's actually going to
still have a little bit of info on the
make sure Kiko has to look all
on the
way around for
jet.
this kill.
Double peek.
Oh, what good timing.
It's sort of not planted.
EG are setting this one up.
Superman gets the kill on 1 HP.
To click this round.
Okay, it's winnable for EG. We might have a close game.
Not to talk because it was looking dangerous on that side, with Pancakes continuously jiggling from that default spot where he planted. You already had Superman into the A main. He had to be the first contact. If you kept jiggling there and you get instantly owned by Kiko with the way he's been playing so far, Superman had no HP at the beginning, at the end if it had to be a 1 versus 1. So thankfully though, they waited for the recon to come back up. They secured the position of where the rotate of Kiko was going to be on that 1v2, and then he played that to
falling smoke. Sees nobody towards top mid, but here's some noise. Can't assume somebody's playing tunnel or nest.
On both defense and on the attack, attempting to.
Looks like EG are leaning towards B. They're gonna walk.
Positions from Energy, but you're seeing the forward positions from Energy. It's still not.
They could. They're.
Yeah.
They're
See where they go from here as it's towards the left side.
They hear the drone.
B.
I mean, B is the weak side, sort of, because the harbor
that's not enough to commit any movement for the map.
is a nest.
Information. He's falling back. He has the Hunter Sphere to work with as well. So play soft side, support Scuba in that sense, or even stay back towards the arches so that the team.
But the harbor could still wall and stall EG.
Just wants to give that up.
Up and over, flash and in.
Okay. Energy almost get a pick off of Brock's ult. Oh, okay. 2 for 1. Zerona needs a kill. Oh, he's solo. They're just spraying. Pancakes gets a tag.
Now the 2v4. This
is Pancakes ready for the flank?
Should be Pancakes having trouble to
Pancakes
and yeah, he's trying to look
playing his
the
dart.
rest of the members of NRG, but they're everywhere making it work together as a team. And that's going to be map and series point here for the defuses. Kiko gets it. Now Ethan jumps in there to grab it.
Nice that the win con for both EG and Energy was hoping to find the beam. Who's going to pull the Hunter's Fury first? And you tried to shoot it against each other. And after Brock realizing here that he's not getting hit, just tried to do some pop damage inside the pillar.
How'd you do that? I knew he was there, so I just shot him.
He knows too much.
Knows way too much.
But yeah, just a nice little hole by Energy towards the end, thanks to the Hunter's Fury from Brock. Currently at the top of the scoreboard at 15, 11, 11, triple digits now. And quite good in terms of what he brings to the table. I mean, all of the assists from the supporting cast, as you just saw here from Ethan, Mata, and from Brock. Good on this map.
And they're ready to put the finishing touches on.
Ooh, almost got one. And out.
Kiko already has his
Kiko's been frying.
In the fight.
They're their biggest. EG's biggest op is Kiko.
Through. Ethan says no.
Superman, sort of aware.
And yeah, EG might have a little bit of the sight here, but
he has a guardian.
Down, and a lot of these rounds are just coming from the post-plant retake of NRG, so they've got to thin the
numbers
biggest. Kiko
okay, they stop raid bus.
It is looking grim for EG here as NRG are catapulting themselves into.
I mean, their second biggest raid boss is Brock so far, and Scuba might be the next biggest op.
3v4 as EG try to defend. Scuba got a peek.
Oh,
just
Pancakes would have saw it if he was blind. If he wasn't blind. Oh, Bao with the aimbot.
His frags at the end of the round have been critical, and again he's down to
Bao's 31 HP. They desperately need this round.
This is the frag. Pancakes gonna go down. That's gonna be the defuse for Mata. NRG quite clean on the series.
Golf clap for Energy.
Geniuses on Breeze to make it a 2-0 and go undefeated in stage 2.
So clean.
Big points there for
So
Energy,
practical, so gentlemanly.
Skipping the play-ins, having an extra week of practice, being able to see after the draw show who potentially they could face off against. So that's going to mean a lot here for Energy side. For EG though, it's trying
so
to
practical, so
to try to make it to champs is to make it to the top 2.
Gentlemanly.
So the gauntlet starts next week. You've had your reps in. You've tested a lot of different maps against some very tough opponents in your group stage. And then hopefully it's going to be enough for them to get ready here into the play-ins.
NRG looking fantastic. Kiko getting his America's ace today. And you would be like, wait, that's his first. The guy's always playing out of his mind. I mean, you have to look back to what? Team Liquid versus PRX in Toronto for his Raze ace on Split. For another one, right? It's just like, how is that the one? But yeah, he gets it. You heard the team cheering about it. Everything is looking up for NRG as per usual, and the champs got to be feeling good.
Yeah, especially continuing such a good form here from winning champs last year. There's a lot of teams when it comes down to winning champs that if the team dismantles or if they find their form going to the next, even teams that make it to grand finals kind of just somehow can't adapt to the meta. But Energy, when they're trying different things, trying to get their own double duelist meta going, they're like, maybe we just play our own different, our own identity. What worked here in 2025, and now they're doing it again. So the double
man. I was hoping for a third map.
Harbor roles so that Kiko could take the attack side. So despite the identity of playing the solo duelist, different players can play different roles and they can still make it work. I think that's the beauty and the strength of Energy for now, because role changes are not an issue for this team.
And you got Bonkar with a great map selection each time. Really the infrastructure that's always been behind these players excels, that makes them great, or even
now
greater,
we gotta,
I should say here. Another good round for NRG. They have time to prep and practice now, but let's hear about that game as we send it to Dryad down on the stage for the Verizon post-match interview with Kiko.
Thank you guys. Energy go undefeated this stage 2, and I'm here with Kiko to start off today to talk about what this stage means to you, and talk to me a little bit about what it means to go undefeated with a team where you were the last one to join, and you always, as you talked about, having that pressure of trying to get those wins with them as well.
I mean, it's really nice, to be honest. I think 5-0 is a good bounce back from London after, we got groups. So yeah, we bounced back pretty good. We figured out some roles, and yeah, we're playing good.
And it feels like you are honestly really humble about how incredible you are, and you have been. Today you were insane with the Omen. You got the first ace in Americas with that Jet. You were popping off. The team was hyping you up. So tell me about the growth as well that you've had as a player, and also what is letting you, do all of those things now?
I mean, yeah, definitely a lot of growth this year. Just playing a lot of roles and being in a different team environment. Yeah, I mean, just a lot of experience about like being in Americas and just changing region and everything like that.
What is going to be the focus now, looking forward to playoffs? You're going to have some time to maybe watch some teams, focus on yourself. What is that next thing that you individually and also the team want to focus on to be ready for playoffs?
I mean, still rounding out our map pool. I think I've said it a lot. I think we're going to fix a little bit of the problems we have, and yeah, just getting better. We have some time off finally after like a long season, so not time off, but like a little bit of a break between playing games.
Are you guys planning on watching a little bit of countering to what's going to come? Yeah.
I mean, yeah, definitely. We're going to watch the games, and yeah, we're going to see, like, I think the tier 2 teams and playing in the play-ins, so it'll be interesting.
All right, thank you so much. I have one last question for you, because you know these teams up close. Next matchup and the last one of the regular season is going to be Loud against 100 Thieves. Who do you have winning there?
I'm going to say Loud. They're kind of destroying us in scrims, not going to lie. So they have a really good chamber player, Luxo, so yeah, he's going to pop off, I think.
Well, Kiko, thank you so much for that insight. Congratulations once again on going undefeated this stage. This is everything that we have for the Verizon post-match interview, but don't go anywhere. We have that Loud 100 Thieves matchup up next.
Let's go move. Let's go move. Kiko, W Kiko, W Kiko. Let's go move. Let's go move. Alright, dude. Alright. So next game we have, let's see, right here. The last game of the group stage. Loud versus 100 Thieves. As far as I know, I believe, yes, 100 Thieves, their permaban is Lotus, which I imagine Loud don't mind playing because their permaban is split. Wow, they banned split, which I think neither of the teams don't mind their permaban. So 100 Thieves can play Breeze. Loud has a pretty good Sunset. And I think 100 Thieves have a good Haven. So yeah, 100 Thieves don't mind. Haven Breeze is probably going to be Haven or Breeze Sunset for Loud. And then the third map could be Ascent, I believe. Oh, I see. I'm gonna put my predictions in the chat. I think 100 Thieves. How much time we got? We got 4 seconds.
Pretty interesting stuff.
Yeah, I think the prediction map
they're great at contacting,
predictions.
so their whole playstyle kind of revolves around just walking together and taking timings. So it's gonna be something we're gonna have to look forward to. It's just gonna be all playing our game, doing our thing, and not letting them like take over.
100 Thieves bring the fight up into the face-up Sentinel, swinging around the corner. There's Asuna, and he gets 4. Are you joking?
In all honesty, I expect every match to be close, especially against opponents like Loud. Like, they can fight you.
Loud picks Sunset.
These guys have like insane fighters, so you have to be ready to take fights against them.
I need to see. Have Loud played Ascent? Because I think Loud don't mind Haven. Yeah, I'll just put
in
it
stage
both.
1, coming in with these new rookies,
Decider
getting a little bit more confidence in his
is
calls, whereas on the side of 100 Thieves,
Haven.
even though you know they had a little bit of a weird upset happen to them, I still feel confident and we're gonna get a great showing today.
I love that both of these squads were involved in a weird upset this week,
Slash
right?
Ascent.
We had, of course, Loud being the giver of an upset with their victory.
Now I
but then
need to
100 Thieves
see
were on the other
how
side of
100
things,
Thieves
right?
feel
They
about
had
Summit,
and
because
they
that could
suffered,
be a
rather, and
possibility.
2 lost against Cloud9. I don't think anyone had that on their bingo card.
No, and this
Yes,
is a really
100
fun
Thieves
series too.
pass.
We're going into
Second
overtimes
ban
on Split.
Summit.
In both maps, it's decided by just 2 rounds. I think for 100 Thieves, well, they got off to a very good start. Once they tried to actually play the attack side themselves, the early set play C9 were going for, and the aggressive play out of Oxy in particular, was something they couldn't really defeat early on in rounds.
Yeah, and that was the same story for both maps. They start off strong on one half, and then it goes over to that second half, and C9 are just dominating. But I gotta say, 100 Thieves, I hate to break it down to the simplistics, but I really felt like it was an off day for them. A lot of the times when I saw them in those
at least 100 Thieves have been floating.
they weren't able to get those trades that we used to.
100 Thieves have been floating Summit, but nobody has picked it against them. And so Loud could surprise pick Summit, but considering that their favorite map right now, or their probably the most favorable map. Sorry, yeah, did I say Summit or Sunset? I think Loud's favorite is Summit. 100 Thieves don't mind Breeze. And a good second map or second decider, depending on who is second pick. If it's second pick, if Loud gets second pick, then they most likely go towards Haven. If 100 Thieves are second pick, then they might go to Ascent. So I'll just leave my Preds right here. 100 Thieves, Breeze, Loud, Sunset, and the decider can be either Haven or Ascent.
But with this new and improved roster, not only do they have a great caller, they also have so much firepower.
100 Thieves are willing to pick Ascent.
Luke, Show, and Darker.
Exactly, and you know, you heard Timatino talking about how good Loud are when they play the contact style, and when you allow Luke Show to step up with an operator on attack or defense. But I think what really changed in that 13-1 victory for me was Tikazine going so aggressive. Like when he was entering a site, he wouldn't just stop there. Like on Lotus, when he's hitting the C site, he kills the player there and he's sprinting back into spawn, taking these very forward positions. It was those forward fights that I think worked so well for him. And in a similar style to how Oxy's Neon took apart 100 Thieves, I think Tikazine can absolutely try and replicate that today.
I'm just so excited to see what these teams have in store for us.
So if Breeze is banned, and since 100 Thieves banned Lotus,
them changing those compositions really gave them their stage 2 run basically a boost. We did spoke to Romanilli about that a little earlier in week 2.
It's kind of singing for a line. The double duelist meta didn't fit too well for us, so me and Barry start talking a little bit, so how can we counter it a little bit. So yeah, we talked about Chamber, that looks plays really well. We talked about the Sage too, so to counter the double duelist, and it fits us really, really well. We just need to like move to the stage, and then we're gonna be okay.
And I actually wanted to take a closer look at Loud's comp, specifically on Sunset, Haven, and Summit, because they run the Chamber Sage on 3 maps. Starting off with Sunset, a map that you're used to seeing at least a Sage on majority of the time. They're going for a straight up B exec. They already pushed the Auber back, and we see them funneling out towards site. Even though there's some weird delay utility by the Sage coming in, they're able to break that wall and get past it. Let's zoom in a little to see how they actually set this up though. They have they have the Sage wall getting put market, and G2 are not trying to contest this at all. We're in these forward positions. We got those first picks. Not only that, but on our Sage, we still have 2 slows that we can use to kind of break that one funnel point that they have on site. The next thing that I want to really highlight here is because there's no pressure with this with the Sage wall, Luke Show, who oftentimes is the one looking towards market with that operator, he's actually able to kind of just not worry about that, right? There's no pressure coming in. He's able to focus on that site, and their retake just gets put into a stun. Like, they can't do anything outside of it. We're gonna have the slows coming in. We have different players contacting each time, and it just absolutely dismantles their retake, as you'll see here in a moment. It just looks so good out of Loud. Luke Show gets the pick. It all just kind of falls apart for them there. But when you look over at Haven, this is where it gets interesting, because you normally don't see Sage Chamber or even really double Senti on this map. But this is the one thing that's hard about this comp is it can get a little bit hard to go for these more creative plays, I would say, especially when you're not having the right spacing. So let's take a look here. First of all, what they're trying to do here is they're going for a A-Link crunch here with our Neon pushing A-Link and our Omen TPing in spawn, and the whole plan is that they'll fight and take this space. The problem is, look at the spacing here between our Neon and our Sage. There's no follow-up, there's no pressure coming in, and as you'll see in a moment, is they get absolutely obliterated.
Let's catch up the stream.
The Omen gets picked off. we actually threw our Sage wall over here, but there's no pressure behind it. There's no utility, there's no follow-up, so C9 is able to just kind of dismantle that and disrupt it. They don't have to worry about it. And I think that's one thing that when you're looking at the Sage and Chamber comps, you have to be so exact with the timing of your execs, the timing of your utility. Otherwise, it can fall apart very fast. But that being said, they still won a good amount of rounds. That half ended 6-6, and when they did those straight up execs, it looked great. I look forward to kind of seeing what they do with these creative comps, and who knows if they'll run it on any more maps than the first 3 that they've already done. It looks great. I look forward to seeing what they bring out today especially. But for more on Loud, let's send it over to Dryad and check in with Darker.
Loud and 100 Thieves are fighting for the #1 spot of the Omega group, but both are in playoffs. So Darker, congratulations on making it to playoffs. This is a matchup that is going to be great for practice. So what are some of the things that you're focusing on ahead of playoffs?
Desde el comienzo de la semana sabíamos que teníamos que ganar las 2 partidas. No estábamos pensando
Bro, look at the zoom.
Sentinel, entonces tipo es el mismo foco toda la semana, intentar ganar, intentar ser mejor y solo eso.
At the beginning of the week, we knew that we had to win both matches. We were not taking into account that Crew was going to win against Sentinel, so it's going to be the same focus that we've been putting before. Yes, yes.
You're not alone in this. We all had a bit of a surprise there, looking at the matches this week. Now, let's talk about some of the things that we've seen from Loud already. Loud with Luxo on that chamber has been a big win condition, and today, this is going to be on Cryo to shut him down too.
Yeah, I think it's very important that 100 Thieves are calling to find out where Luxo is going to be with the op, particularly when he's playing on these maps with the chamber, on the comps with the Sage, because whether or not it's Luxo on the attack, where when they are able to get into a post plant, he posts up on one angle, and like you're saying, the Sage utility stops the flood on every other angle. You need to be able to take him out early if you want an easy way back into a site. And the same way on his defense too.
Yeah,
he's gonna take a forward line, you gotta shut him out.
Yeah, and I feel like that's the same story for Cryer. Even though we're not seeing on this chamber as much, he's still a force to be reckoned with his lurks, with his anchors. It's a dangerous sight to see, and one thing that I love is when you look at these 2 players, they kind of have similar paths, right? When you look at the past iterations of Loud, oftentimes it was Luxo having to step up and kind of get a bunch of those kills, a bunch of those first kills, and kind of carry his previous team. And the same can be said for Cryo. He was the standout player when he was in his chamber era.
Okay, have they revealed? Oh, they're about to reveal it. Let's see how right I am.
Again, helping his team
Split
so
Lotus Summit.
And here are our maps. We will be seeing Summit. That makes me
yes,
happy.
This was a surprise
Summit,
pick.
Then 100 Thieves will be taking us to Haven.
100 Thieves have been second banning
We will see Ascend
Summit.
at the very end of it. So you just broke
What am I
down
surprised?
those chamber Sage comes from Loud. I expect to see them again on
Is
Summit
that
from them.
I mean, I
100
hope
Thieves
so.
pick
It
Haven?
looked good. It looked like it fit their playstyle when we last saw it. I love the aggressive angles they were taking, especially on that map of Summit. One thing that I'm excited though is to see 100 Thieves actually being forced to kind of play it. I actually talked to Vora in a previous interview about, you know, do you guys feel like you're ready for it? You guys never ban it. You guys kind of just floated around, and he felt confident. He said their scrims are going great. He was just kind of waiting for the opportunity to show it, and now is his time.
Yeah, and getting to start on the defense side as well, I think is a cool thing to see. I think we're gonna have a Cypher coming. I think I saw that one for Cryo, and that to me is the de facto agent you need to look at on defense. Watch the best Cyphers on this map. They're staying alive for so long on sites, just using cages to box themselves in and give them coverage. I think it's very important 100 Thieves don't lose control of the site, because if you have to play for the retakes versus Sage and Chamber, it is miserable.
Oh, it is tough. You're gonna have to have great ability to kind of get past a lot of those slows and attack from multiple angles. If you allow Loud to funnel you into one choke, it's gonna be a mess. But I do like seeing the Timatina, Asuna, Phoenix. I know I actually got in a ranked game with Asuna, and he was so ready to just wall any kind of trip. But unfortunately, it is Chamber. They don't really have to worry about that too much.
He's got to go kill the Chamber.
Yeah, he's actually got to go. And you know what? He did that to me too. So I look forward to seeing it now.
Yeah, I mean, obviously a big threat for the 100 Thieves squad, or for the squads going up against him, has been that double duelist Asuna Timotino duo. How does Loud shut them down?
I mean, on the attack side, anticipate fights. Play anti-flash, be ready for that. On defense, you gotta be locked in with your chamber. If Luxo's having a good game, I think it's very doable for Loud.
Yeah, you have to be ready to kind of dismantle when they get over to that second half on defense. Dismantle and disrupt the execs that they're gonna be throwing at you. You don't want to let them get it for free and be able to take further space past that. That when you start getting disrespected by them, that's when you know, like, you have to change things up. But hopefully, you know, they'll be able to get some of this delay going with that stage, and especially getting those op kills from Luke's show going.
Of course, both teams coming into this with a very different experience from their previous
Come
match.
on,
Right?
what's the third map? It was Ascent, right? Let me look on VR. ELR. ELR. ELR.
And we're closing out stage 2 with Uber and Wyatt on the mic.
Now, one upset should not erase an international championship.
And they didn't have it on VLR yet.
Through too many false dawns, 100 Thieves lost to Cloud9, resurfaced questions they thought had finally been answered. Today, confirmation must come in the form of a win against a young, a fearless, and in-form Loud to top the Omega Group.
Fresh off of the most significant win that they have had in 2026. A win over G2 and an absolute blowout on G2's best map. Loud are at their best right now. Everyone in that game was hitting.
Yes, Ascent.
All 5 players had those highlight
Summit,
reel
Haven,
moments.
and Ascent.
Now, we've talked about the difference between being in play-ins and making it straight to playoffs. What about getting to playoffs and skipping the first round?
Dang, this is their... It's basically their Breeze comp, but...
Both teams that could make champions.
Bora is on the Fade instead of the...
neck and neck right now.
Instead of the Sova. Which I like Fade. I like Fade better in this map.
Seed means everything in this group. So far after that early exchange, it was just Tikazine served up. Loud are being pretty compact here towards this A side, with most of the exploration being conducted by Luke Show, who has been
Luke Show on alert.
over the last few weeks.
Harbor, or Bangs, Harbor Wall.
Fallback options.
Oh, whiffed by Asuna.
Asuna going to get some valuable information. 2 players in mid.
Erde?
Oh,
Erde's ready.
Goodness, Vora there.
Good trade.
Down the tower pretty quickly. Arsenal at least finds the trade, but yeah, that's enough for Loud to decide that B is where they want to end.
This would be a statement win. Ooh, ooh.
Cross, though, stopping power with the sheriff hits hard, and somehow
Gets info on Bang. Bang doesn't have the wall anymore, but he will get his cove.
Bullets in the headhunter. A body shot would remove Bang from the round.
Yes, Bang is one shot.
A lot of noise from Cryo. Still has to be.
Bang has to bait him in.
How does Luke Show find a safe
Oh, not in the position. Oh, he was literally one shot.
Gets the headshot around the
He
corner.
was literally one shot.
Down to the wire, but 100 Thieves start with their best foot forward.
Stunning from Bang with a pretty interesting look from 100 Thieves. Feels like they've just basically adopted their Breeze comp, ported it over to Summit on their debut. Yeah. It's a map that up until this point they have second banned in every single series.
A calm little one-on-one from Bang.
A middling perspective on it for where they think it lies in their
A
pool.
mild disinterest in playing it.
But Vora did say that, at least in scrims, they were feeling confident, so perhaps just something as well that they'd be happy to keep in their back pocket.
I mean, it's more so what they... The fact that they end up banning Sunset against this Loud team should tell you everything you need to know.
So is it just going to be a straight B hit?
G2 clearly made an impression.
I think it's just going to be a straight B hit.
Yeah, that is
They're going to walk, take a little space.
Absolutely none of Loud.
Maybe grab orb?
You went 31 for 15 in that game against G2.
Maybe because you're not...
Oh, they're going to walk out the smoke. They're all blinded.
At the moment.
Arsenal gets a
Bang.
second kick. Tikazine able to slip on through. Here's the high tide, but the duelist Loud has already
Oh,
exposed
Bang could get overwhelmed.
Bang. Oh, the timing still able to convert. Nice
Drop a bulldog.
Erde fighting in the side.
Close to fall this round, not bad.
3 kills. And for the Phoenix, that's a pretty nice number.
Asuna already just on fire early. He is on a generational run, genuinely. The stats that Luke Show's putting up this stage, in any other instance, would be far and away the best in the league, but Asuna is still beyond that. What he's done with the Phoenix has just been outrageous. He hasn't put up numbers like this since the 2021 Reykjavik qualifier. That is the closest he's been.
Asuna farming on the Phoenix.
Yeah, our leaderboard at Americas is a 2-man race, and both of them are in this server right now. Asuna is a hard man to catch right now at his career peak. Can they convert it into international glory again?
Oh,
That's
big
the
dink.
question. The show comes off decidedly second best.
Timontino with a bulldog. Oh, Bang's just not ready for the angle. Might get collapsed on. Tikizin got healed from double peek. No kills for Vora. Sheesh.
Guns him down. Oh, Timo in the back.
Asuna with the ult?
Bring the round back in 100 Thieves' hands.
Oh my god. Hit him on Phoenix in every lifetime and every round.
Insane.
Asuna, what were they doing putting you on Raze? Putting you on Sage?
Thank God he doesn't get ult orbs during that.
It was looking so good for Loud, that moment of hesitation.
He does not care.
The Siege comes through into sight to deal with Vora. But Asuna comes in so quickly, supporting Timatino. That's with the Bulldog, man. It's just,
Under these, Asuna with the street sweeper.
Report from playing ranked with Asuna being like, yeah, he's just holding W right now. Nothing stops this guy.
Luke Shaw with a Tour de Force.
Oh, Tour de Force, he's found a gap.
Spam. I mean, this would be a big round for Loud to win.
But what stall utility you left with now is the defenders. Your Soul Harbor is down early.
Little flash haunt play thrown towards mid from 100 Thieves, who are content to stay.
Wow, they had a cryo re-clear mid as they broke door just in case someone took a timing. Trip on the floor that doesn't get punished. I mean, everybody has pistols, no guns picked up.
Loud, who have loved this double senti with
and Asuna and Asuna and Timatino re-cleared mid.
To break it, and now also trying to apply serious pressure on this flank in a pinched retake.
Oh, that's a good stun, but he doesn't know Asuna.
Asuna, feel like impossible for him to lose these. He again prevails.
Winnable. 2v3.
Onto that ace side proper. Now in garden, this gets messier. Blaze water.
Oh,
trying to use some footwork to get
it's up to cryo. And it's around for Loud.
Nothing to do and no time to do it. He's out of there.
Just never had an opportunity to seriously get into the mix on that site. Luxio had been denied in the server up until this round, but the first blood gives Loud a crucial headway into that round.
Obviously a huge first pick, right, to get rid of the Harbor. Luxio continuing to rear his head in many of these games, but a little bit too slow for 100 Thieves here on this retake. Like, losing to Sheriffs is, I mean, after how good the last few rounds have been, not what they want to see.
And that is, in addition to the round, stimulated the economy to the point where Luxio can now attack op. Again, you just have to call back to that game against G2. Who puts up 45 kills, and how many of them were with the op? I don't know, 30 it felt like, 35? He was just dominating them.
What has Marta done? Look at these Odin-toting Neon players.
Tikizin with the Odin.
It might not be just for fun anymore. Odo being very cagey about how he clears, getting further up mid. Cryo is going to be on the line.
Is Cryo ready for the Odin?
That pressure that's about to be felt here. Double swing around the corner. Cryo
gets two. That's a win.
Has a read on him. Odo gets the better of him, and a res is going to keep this Loud tempo going.
That was a sick little delayed
5v4.
Jiggle peek from Airday is fantastic. He is getting into that.
Luke showed the op.
We saw it against G2.
And has taken a slow down. The respect is
Bang lives, but the rest of the players are coming. Oh, Bang just. Oh my god, Bang. I mean, as soon as they kill Luxio,
sees the spike out in front of him and
it's
realizes
a reclaim site. Is it an ace?
And looking to surround him.
Is it an ace? Oh!
Ridiculous.
Damn, my bad, Bang.
In the game, locks down the site off of what looked like a really good Loud execute. You had Luxio working his way through main. The second he's spotted, he's trying to dance around the box. It gives an opportunity for the rest of the team to get quickly in through the link, but
he's constantly in motion.
Yeah, just look at the way he's maneuvering around the site's architecture. That's so well played. I mean, he's not even able to ISO those fights. Erde just can't hit the shot.
I think as well, the fact you've got Timo just spraying with the Odin, constantly keeping heads turned his direction helps to some degree, but that is a stunning ace from Bang. All right. It's been an interesting few weeks for Loud. I'm not sure if they're really coming into today's game expecting to be put into this position, especially on their map pick. This is a big conversation we need to have, I think, Wyatt, with only 2 champions points separating Loud and 100 Thieves.
These are going to be critical. Absolutely could decide who's going to get that 4th spot when it comes down to things, because, you know, you're looking at the top 3. Hey, there's a pretty good chance that we're going to see like a Lev NRG in the finals. I think a lot of people would predict that now. 100 Thieves, maybe that 3rd team that could potentially get there, right, and just earn their spot outright by being in the finals. But it's going to be crucial for both 100 Thieves and Loud to at least make the 3rd, 4th spots, get either 5 or 4 champions points, and that could put either of them over the edge to qualify for champions. Those are the kind of situations that 100 Thieves fans are terrified of. The PTSD of so many 100 Thieves so close to so
G2, 100 Thieves.
So 100 Thieves need to do
MIB
everything they
Loud
can to not be victims of variance. And winning here is a big part of it.
Just extending that lead, getting to the 9 points here.
Darker just had angle advantage.
Crucial. Not again. Not again.
Ooh, almost 3.
Some potential off that Darker pick. He checks art, I think, in...
Carl has a read.
By Erde, or at least activated.
They're at least attempting.
There's a lot of map to work with still for Loud. No chance for a weapon.
They're at least attempting to walk. They have space, but Carl has a cam to reclear it. Doesn't see anything. I mean, Carl can assume that they're not in A. Still has his cam ready just in case they took a timing towards the box.
Fade still in the game. Darker has confirmed Bora's position there on that side. He's going to be forced back by the Paranoia and a smoke there.
Okay, it's a B hit or a B split. And Bang is just a movable object.
Erde gets a drop on him though. That's a weapon upgrade and now chance in a
Oh,
1v2.
big C's by Vora.
He still wants to work out of this cove. Vora's going to slowly swing that corner on his left, and Erde's going to have to be ready for it. 4 rounds separate these two now.
100 Thieves managed to stabilize in what was looking like another scary anti-eco round. A sick opener from Darker, who in that G2 game, someone that discussed as being a very streaky player. Hasn't been super consistent this year. We've seen insane ceilings, but within even the same matches, we'll see him be the top rated on the first map, lowest rated on the second map. If he finds that consistent level, if he raises the floor, he could be such a
big fight in B.
Loud team.
They just go prowler for prowler. Oh, walking into the op. Oh, aiming for a B split.
That's in mid. Now there's a
But 100 Thieves have it handled.
And really take control.
Ooh, good flash. Oh my god, Asuna.
Dominant stuff to start the round.
Asuna has been feel a little different.
Loud want to take this opportunity.
Crow has all the space in A main. Could fill flank.
He knows he can just get out of there at this point.
Crow could.
Run it back, yeah.
Get in there and fight it out.
Oh, and Asuna's gonna farm 4K. I mean, easy info for Cryo. Just push out, passes util, gets no info. Oh, it's a B split. Pack was in B main. Nothing new here.
Asuna is just leading the team in these mid-round situations where he's picking a timing to re-aggress, and then you can see the immediate support he's getting, like via that Reckoning, for instance. The last run it back he had was mega impactful.
Okay, Cypher is now set up on B, but the hit might go towards A. At least maybe an A split now? It's going to be
around that could be worth 2 here.
Contacting into an op.
Timatino has already
Easy kill for Timatino. Great boss down. Bang spots. Oh.
Dodge away. Team almost with another Louder trying to activate.
Oh.
There's levels to this, isn't there? It is wild to
It's
see
an
just
ace
what the
split.
difference is between Hunter Thieves and Loud
I mean,
so far. After Loud with an upset G2 and flatten them on their map choice, it's just not even close here.
and it's a near flawless round.
Away. But the Spike is virtually in a different
And they're
going
gonna try to punish him.
Alone against 5 all-star guns trained in his direction.
I mean, they're completely broke.
Just taking their
They
anger
lose
out
this
on
gun.
Loud after getting upset by C9.
Timatino with an op. Missed shot, double peek.
And realizing that this is the game where the stakes are.
Now Loud are broke. It's 7-1.
Because again, that loss to C9, if Hunter Thieves win that game, we're not having this conversation now about how important this particular match is. Hunter Thieves made this game much more dangerous because they stumbled against Cloud9. Now they've actually got to work to get that first round bye in playoffs.
And if you want to look at it kind of glass half full, look at what it required from C9 to be able to get that win. Oxy at his absolute peak of peaks.
Yeah, Oxy was frying that.
To win it, even narrowly.
Now we're tracking a couple of individuals here on the Loud side today. Tikazine with a great showing against G2 has been virtually absent so far. There's one round where he gets an Odin in hand as well, so he's had his opportunities, but 1-9 is not the scoreline you need to see from your duelist, who's been the statistical best Neon in this stage.
Yeah, which is crazy. Even despite Oxy putting up a performance like that, Tikazine is still leading the league in average damage per round.
It's only a difference of 6 damage per round, but that still matters. He needs to get into the game.
We're 1 away
Luke
from
Show's been up his old
170
tricks,
subs.
But honestly, the pace that we've seen
Let's
from
go.
100 Thieves on this defense side, these pops into mid, Arsena continuing to refight into space, has been a little bit challenging for Luke Show to juggle. He wants to slowly take that space and be holding a line, an unexpected off angle, get a free kill and fall back. He's just not given that space at all. Seems like it's a key part of the NBS game plan here for 100 Thieves.
Loud out of this timeout. Could try to go for an overdrive play. It can be a pretty sick combo with the Nightfall, because if you get hit by it, you can't hear where the Neon is running around, and you're getting decayed, so you just get like insta headshots down straight away. So maybe if a scrappy, chaotic situation begins, Loud could risk it with a big ult combo to try and win a crucial eco round. I mean, the only round they won so far was an eco round. It's a tour de force and Sheriffs.
Into the B side we go already. It looks like Hunter Thieves respecting this potential for them to build around an overdrive. So Nightfalls are going to be exchanged.
Oh, Darker with an ult off of the fatal. Bang! Oh my god, Bang is farming.
Stabilizing aspect. Might get caught with U2 on his hand here. Tries to sidestep, but Darker's found him. It may not matter.
Luke Show with the Odin? That's a first.
That's the plant going down.
Oh, but Timatino with the flank. I mean, he just, Yasuna just needs to keep making noise.
First shot, activate the overdrive, create a huge distraction.
But they are bunkered, so it's going to be hard to dig them out.
Loud of position for this though. They aren't exposed to
Timatino has ult. Oh, that was a big kill by Darker.
Timo's made it a 1v1. Davi with a stinger. Timo with the overdrive.
Oh, Stinger versus Neon ult. It's just too easy for Timatino.
Of game changes here from 100 Thieves. This time Timo stamps his authority on the round.
Feels like that needed to be the turning point for Loud in this half. They had it within their hands. I'm also wondering what was going on there. I don't think Tikazine used his ult. He ran in, got a kill with the Classic somehow, which was kind of crazy. Yeah, he never even popped his ult on that.
One enemy remaining.
Maybe the overdrive was never part of the game plan. I'm not sure. Just use the stingers. Go for a G2 round. Well, it went about as well as they did yesterday.
Loud all gathered up outside of B again. We have seen Cryo consistently just shifting this Cypher setup back and forth. This time it's over on A.
Let's listen into Loud. A much needed second round on the line.
Big kill from Bora. But Erde has ult. Loud are gonna try to reclaim site. Yep, but they're gonna ult Tikazine. Literally all 5 are in B. And they could get a kill off of this wall. Oh, it's an easy kill for Luke Show. Asuna spots Lucio. It's a re-hit on B. Asuna punishes. Oh, Asuna. Oh my god. Asuna ults. They know where he's coming from. He's walking around. They don't know. They could attempt to punish him. Oh, they kill Lucio. Round over.
Asuna is just unbelievable right now. What can you say? He's able to get 3 kills there. The flashes were all blinding. Multiple players trying to get in. It felt like Loud, they dug deep in the bag of tricks, come out with a cheese round, anything you need to do to try to get a second one on the board with the triple wall boost. It finds the opening, but they can never get Asuna out of drop. He's doing so much for them there. He's finding the kills, he's getting the flashes, he's a consistent distraction as well, while the rest of the team are just fighting from backside.
Tour de force here for Lucio. He's got to augment this weaker Arsenal.
Oh, punishes the
goes
op.
for a walk up there out of A short. And so Loud are going to capitalize. They're going to press onto this part of the map instantly. This puts Cryo at center stage behind this Cypher setup.
We have seen Loud.
Punishes the op. And he's on top of the wall. Almost got one. Another one.
Okay.
But Cryo's ready. Off of the trip. Doesn't get the punish.
But earlier with the Guardians found Cryo. He is hit with the paranoia.
Oh.
They're ready for us on this time.
1v4.
But they deal with him on the cave push. Finally, this second round on the board for Loud. Hard fought, but they get there. As long as they can deal with Vora doubling up, and he has
Good round from
no
Loud.
room to breathe, no space to work with. Loud finally get a second.
The Sage is creating some interesting moments on this map for sure, behind some of these walls, for better and for worse. That's the opener there, well played around that one way.
Yeah, so far we haven't seen the walls, been able to get a ton of value on the executes. 100 Thieves have been pretty good at breaking them immediately, but that's not a situation where that can be the case, and also gets boosted up by
They might have some value
kills,
defensively as well,
ridiculous.
Wyatt, just because you can,
for sure.
you can cheese the doors a little bit with them.
I mean, if you're Loud, you're hoping you're going to have a great defensive half, obviously not just because they need the rounds, but they're playing a double Senti comp, right?
This time, Tim, I just
And they're going to refight mid with a Harbor ult.
Look at this.
Oh, Timatina wins.
Optimo's contact, reckoning flash through from
Oh, what
This is
a
immense
mid
amount of control,
play.
Wyatt. It's going to be hard for Loud to wrest this back realistically.
But they're going to give up mid.
Loud are all forced out onto the periphery.
What a cool trap play. Just to bring out on the last round of regulation.
Camera taken out.
I mean,
Util has been cleared, but the fact that it is the
David
noticed might change things.
go 1-for-1. Luke Show gets the pick.
Suspecting that it might be
Now they're just taking space in all corners of the map.
Exposed spot out here on
This seemed like a B split, and they just cracked the B side open.
Stacking up the kills.
It's a 4v3.
Throwing down those smokes.
I mean, Loud
inside
need
as
this
well.
round.
Teammates coming through Link. Might be there in time to greet them on that side of the map. But
Oh, but is Luke Show ready?
case.
Luke Show's got that map control now. Sideline's being walked into by 100 Thieves. Here's another theft from Cryo. Can he convert this though into a meaningful advantage?
Oh.
Now Darker just steps up. All of a sudden brimming with confidence.
A risk though to send it on that 1v1 if that goes Bang's way. Loud are in some serious danger. A little bit of a lack of discipline, but a lot of confidence.
Good round by
It's
Loud.
going to allow
Need that
Loud
round
to
if they're going to
put
come
3 on
back.
the board at the very end of this half. A credit to Darker though, he does win that critical 1v1 against 4 on the B site. That opens things up. Has been there with the impact kills. Will 3 be enough? If Loud can get that pistol round and get
abuse the double senti.
Yeah, abuse the double senti, get everything activated with the utility, get an op in the hands of Luke Show. Like you could see a world where the comeback is possible, right? But it's going to have to begin with a pistol round win on this second half, or 100 Thieves are going to be stealing this map pick away with ease.
Stick around, folks. 6 rounds separate these two, but the pistol round means everything as we come back after the break on Summit.
All right, we're in the break time, and we can look at. So basically, 100 Thieves have been floating so much, which means they've been likely to play it, but they just haven't picked it, and other teams haven't picked it, which is a bit of an unknown. I mean, Loud kind of gamble picked this, predicting that 100 Thieves, they just came off of EWC, they wouldn't have that much time, but you know, within 4 weeks, I mean, most likely they've been at least practicing it a couple times. They haven't been perma-banning it, they've been second ban it, other teams just haven't been picking it. So while Loud, yes, they won on Summit, they have no info on 100 Thieves Summit. But if Loud get pistol this round, then it could switch things up. Right now, this is the last game of the week. Monday, I will be VOD reviewing some of these games. Most likely either Pacific or Americas. Same thing Tuesday. Then we're back with some EMEA games, but nothing for Americas or Pacific. We get Pacific on Thursday. DRX RQ, and they did the draw, but I haven't seen the result. I haven't seen the result of. Okay, I haven't seen the result of. What is it called? What was the game that just happened? Barrel versus Paper X.
This though does place heavy emphasis on the pistol round into the
So I might actually be watching Barrel and Paper X after this game.
These two teams really exemplified the two different approaches to the meta right now that we've seen in Americas, which is fully leaning into the double duelist. That is the identity that 100 Thieves found to best suit them, and look at Arsenal within that, right? 19-6 on the Phoenix. Loud have heavily opted into this double sentinel approach. Tons of Sage with the chamber, and it's going to need to bear a lot of fruit on this defensive side.
Okay, it's an A split from 100 Thieves.
The perfect play if Loud would want to
Big dink on Tigazine.
Pressure on Tigazine already. He takes a big hit, and all of 100 Thieves' Death Ball are about to make their way out onto this A card. And
Oh, they break door. There's two on site. They know Omen's here. Flash. Behind box. Oh, Darker gets two. 2v3. Both Sentinels.
It's enough to slow things down, but now Loud with Luke Shaw
Gonna take a little bit of space in the cove.
Has a ton of head hunter bullets.
They're gonna wait for the cove to drop.
This needs to be his moment.
Ooh!
Stunning.
Timatino. Loud needed that pistol round desperately.
Surely that's just the nail in the coffin, right? Surely there is no chance Loud can get back into this map.
Boom.
What, bro?
Bang.
God, that is sick.
That is some.
Let's go! Shit!
That is. That's just a stupid flick. Okay. Yeah, like you mentioned. This is going to give a sinking feeling to Loud now, as they might be watching Summit descend to the rearview mirror. Similar approach here, this time over towards A main, and the arresting util has been navigated by the attackers so far. This is an early.
Cypher's gonna, or Cryo's gonna hear this.
Okay.
It's surprising that Davi gets two. And Loud don't force. It's a 2v2.
Slip away. Cryo has to win this engagement.
Yeah, Cryo has to win this. Does he full clear this? Good clear.
He's not your EWC MVP for nothing.
I mean, they know that Luke Shaw cleared the trip on B. It's the B player.
Show 1 versus 2. Headhunter, no armor.
They don't want him to grab any guns. Cypher cam.
It is well within the skill set that Luke Shaw possesses to win a 1v2 like this.
45 and 20.
Cryo dies.
285 ACS against G2. 31
so
kills
close.
On Sunset, and not a bead of sweat drawn by 100 Thieves. Luke Shaw's been a problem, but not for them.
Loud invested
Keep the
nothing
Phantom.
into that round. They want to get the full buy here, but losing that pistol, they're not going to have enough money to get the operator for Luke Shaw. And that has been one of the key pieces of their success. Again, just to reiterate, remember, this is the map that 100 Thieves, they have second banned it 4 times in a row. Maybe hoping that they wouldn't have to show what they've been working on. Vora said he was confident in it in scrims, even though you would think with all those bans, you'd assume the otherwise, but they look incredible right now.
It's worth showing it if it gets you a free ticket into the
gets
upper
one and
semis
is punished.
of the playoffs in stage 2. That puts you 1 win away from literal champs. 1 win. Because being in the grand final will auto-qualify you. We have so much Valorant to play over the next couple of weeks, and 100 Thieves All Out could skip almost all of it. Timo under pressure, falls back behind this relay bolt, but Dark still able to find Bang
Darko with
elsewhere.
2.
The refight attempt for Timo falls flat.
Can't say
Pretty
that
good
Darker
round
hasn't
for
been on
Loud.
point so far,
See if
at
they can
least.
keep up the momentum.
Shooting and definitely playing with some confidence as well.
I do think he's going to have to put some work in to shed the moniker of being the most volatile, the streakiest piece of this Loud outfit, but the last couple of games, you know, against opponents that matter, in the games that matter the most, he's been phenomenal. But like you mentioned, in the space of a series, a map, he can come alive and then fall off entirely. 14 and 12, though, is a thumbs up from me.
Uphill battle going to continue for Loud. Looks like they want to try to fight for some B main control, play close up in A main as well. They don't want to let 100 Thieves get either extremity with ease.
They're threatening a B split, but Luke Show has B main. So it looks like they're trying to pump fake towards B and then head into split towards A.
Really have 100 Thieves funneled here. If they work towards Link.
I mean, if they... Whoa, Luke Show gets past the strip.
If they want to go back to A main, they need to use Util to re-clear.
Luke Show is so early on these darn flanks. Just gonna, there should be an opening here. Oh god, yeah, he's got it lined up, folks. And good discipline goes a long way here, but that is stunning.
Cryo?
Cryo was
Wow.
He's waiting for him, man. He's got them all on puppet strings. And Bank is just gonna get shut down in the end.
How did he get past that trip?
I think tactically that was a really good round from Loud, and then you're capped off by a cool little play from Luke Show. Able to get the flank while 100 Thieves were pushing in the Link, and he plays off of this team fight distraction. Darker to Kazin.
You can address this pretty easily if you're 100 Thieves by slightly adjusting your trip position on that B side of the map. But it won't be as informative if you place it closer to the B side. So it's worthwhile just playing under the assumption that you're going to be on a clock. Been too slow so far from the Thieves.
I want to go for this combo with the paranoia and the relay ball, but Tikazine has to duck away, even with the better rifle. And
Kazin gets one.
Still in trouble.
Traded out.
Overwhelmed.
He's about to run into the blender. And does the blender again? Another blender? We're running into multiple blenders.
To get some damage done on that. We're going to play into this still. Luke Show will walk up on them and then with a neural effect in
Bro.
play. It's not going to be enough to give 100 Thieves the edge.
Darker out there to help, but ideas from Loud there, individually getting a little bit divided. Felt dangerous when Davi goes down. He tries to make the discipline play, but in that situation, it would have been better to just keep shooting and try to get the kill.
Instead of falling off that line, 100%. So Luke Show is very quickly becoming the issue here for 100 Thieves. In this default, I want to see how they look to play around it. They might just end up hitting that site on the B side of the map.
They are running into the pack. You can already see what's waiting for 100 Thieves. Another relay bolt plus paranoia combo.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of this utility exchange off the break here. Prowler out from the defenders. Oh, they're going to try and take space, Loud, in B main. This could expose them a little bit now. If the time is good for 100 Thieves, Loud are going to be caught with their pants down.
100 Thieves.
They don't know.
I don't think they're ready, but they have the Phoenix ult.
That works. That's good information.
Oh, the blender, the blender.
Even further, he's found 3.
And they're getting crunched. Oh, 100 Thieves need a timeout.
Surge of confidence in Loud. Darker out of his chair after that one. The trap play is just perfect. You could see exactly what was going to happen the whole time. The question just is, will 100 Thieves walk into this And they do. The bolt with the paranoia, the nightfall coming through. That is beautiful.
That is pretty perfect from Tikazine as well. How he played into those decayed opponents.
On top of all that, they'll be content to get a run it back out of the hands of Asuna as well. So equal on the ult exchange. And that is going to force MBS into the timeout.
Dark is up to 19 and 13. He's almost caught Asuna in kill total, who has been conspicuously absent during this second half.
Little added detail as well in that whole situation was those guys getting flanked. 100 Thieves know that Loud are pushing through the extremities. They are pushing down mid, and they are constantly going to instill that fear. Asuna was completely dominating the server. At one point, what was he, like 19 and 6? He has been getting shut down a bit on this attack side. Has not been able to carry over that same momentum from defense.
And this double sentinel composition is putting 100 Thieves in this really awkward spot of tension where they need to slow down because they're being forced to, but these Luxo flanks are punishing them from dialing the pace down. If they're trying to go A-Link or even B-Link from mid, there's arresting util, there's slow warps, there's trademarks to make it murky. Can they work the map and overcome this ridiculous amount of stall util that's being thrown at them round after round?
Loud have built up the
I mean, it's a good job of 100 Thieves working the mains.
Playing with that operator.
Chamber, or in this case, Luxo has been punishing them off of there.
Just how good has this NBS timeout been? A world champion coach trying to take this team to heights never before seen.
100 Thieves would love to catch some of that aggression in A main, but you can see out of the timeout how reserved Loud are being, contrasting to those last few rounds where it was all aggro from the beginning, multiple parts of the map.
This adjustment from Loud is also pretty nice. They are not pushing up for info on any of these extremities, Wyatt.
Okay, now
The danger when this execute comes in for 100
Cryo
Thieves
puts the cam in B main just in case they try to rewrap them, but you have to be concerned about the player in mid. I mean, they haven't really put that on focus, and I believe they don't have a trap for it. They don't.
Here's the nightfall. Dark's going to fall off the line, hitting the paranoid. He's going to slow them up. Fast lane.
Oh, needed that kill off Tikazine. And he gets a second one. Good team fights. There's no trip for the flank.
Slow going for Loud, but this flank is still in
Okay.
process for Ode.
Oh, Vora's just not ready for the fight.
And now the remaining
Timing.
players have to
Good.
make an aggressive play. Asuna understands the win condition.
2v2.
Stabby in cave. Wants to double up with Bang. The two of them on site. Two of the core members of this 100 Thieves team. And an important 2 versus 2.
They got to wait for the game to come to them. It's
They have a wall. They have a wall. Oh, needed that kill.
He had the line. Still brought
Oh
down.
my god.
Fell by the headhunter.
Lucho is insane with those fast swaps. How many times have we seen him do that?
Did Cryo not buy a trip? A second trip? That second trip cost them.
For 100 Thieves and a gigantic pace reduction. Still exposes him to a Ode flank. And they end up getting done in by the 2 Sentinels. Ode and Luxo in a 2v2.
You're looking at Tikazine thinking about on attack how difficult it was for him executing into the sites. He was getting torn to pieces. But now on defense, look at the impact. Finding the second there is ridiculous.
Now we're off to uncharted territory. Loud are 3 rounds behind, but they've got an insane bank of credits.
This is one of the lanes that's just so good for Chamber, given that you can TP all the way back to B.
And 100 Thieves went around off of this 4v5. Then that relieves a lot of pressure off of them.
Feels like everyone is heating up individually. You're just watching the aim.
I was going to say, sure, on a macro level, it seems tough for Thieves, but also Loud are shooting. Where it felt like Bang and Asuna could do no wrong in the first
It's a
half.
3v5. Erde has ult. Luxo has ult if they need anything. But Asuna has ult, which makes the round winnable.
100 Thieves have to cobble together something compelling in this last 50 seconds.
Otherwise, they are out of cash. Tikazine is going to take contact here. There, of course, will be an early warning.
Bang gets one.
Finding Davi is pretty big, and crucially, Bang does not overextend into that.
They're
spot.
about to get
He's done
pinched.
enough for now. Pressure on Tikazine.
Oh, Vora gets one. Trades. 2v2 now. Asuna has ult. Against the same two they just fought on.
But he and Luke Show are healthy. Once again, the same showdown as round 19 is about to begin.
Well, trying to get through Link. Oh, that timing could have been brutal, but Bang tucks away. Low HP. There's Asuna.
Oh, trade. They were not ready for Bang.
He might have saved 100 Thieves Bacon. Gets them to 12. Map point, but that is a very expensive outing.
Finding that opener against Davi and then closing the round as well. We were just talking about them, the cooldown from Bang and Asuna in this second half. But they get 100 Thieves to match point. Loud have to play for overtime.
100 Thieves have to put Loud away now, otherwise this could get out of hand.
Need a drop.
It's not a terrible buy either, Wyatt. Run it back for Asuna.
But that sound heralds a tour de force on the field.
Timo would love to catch a Luke Show walking up in the same situation with that op, but it's not going to be the case. He's posted up towards mid. And kind of the same trend from Loud post that timeout of being a little bit more reserved, save for Luke Show with this operator taking liberties.
Also, I'm looking for some weird mid to late round Erde lurk. We've seen them on a number of occasions into mid to get that info. Likely that was necessitated because Luke Show was elsewhere or not alive at the time. 100 Thieves are deciding now. They want to work that B main. They've cleared any traps. There's no Nightfall into Tikazine 3K to contend with.
Running into the Sage and the Odin. This is going to be a challenge for 100 Thieves. Asuna slowed up.
Oh.
Face tank it. Okay. Well, he'll be
Oh,
reset.
punish the chamber. Could be around for 100 Thieves.
36 seconds left, though. Still a lot of this stall util to fight through. And now Tikazine has joined the B side for Loud.
Oh, good kill from Erde. And they punish the... Oh, do they kill Tikazine? 1v4 by Darker.
Darker has been the volatile aspect that got Loud back into the game. He generated that momentum after halftime, after the pistol round was lost. But he'd had to go massive here.
Nuclear, 1v4.
And 1v4 to save
Catches
the map. He'll
Bang.
take his first. That's Bang out of the picture.
Info on the Omen.
Every flank out, route, and contingency.
Bora's trying to finish the round.
You can break this up a bit. Has got a smoke, but he's made his way
Tagged.
through and also got pinged out by the horn. That is suboptimal. Man, he'll be spotted by
What a
Bora,
round.
cleaned up. In a different timeline, that map could have gone very differently, but it's 100 Thieves getting out to such a strong early lead on the defense side that gives them enough runway to land the plane.
And Loud make it challenging on defense. It feels like a mismatch for 100 Thieves there as well, but yeah, it is that buffer getting them across the finish line. It's an insane showing from Asuna. Again, hasn't slowed down in a single game this series. But yeah, having to play a double duelist solo Harbor Smoke against a double Senti, that's a nightmare. You have to do a lot of big site execs, and you're running into 2 Sentinels. But they play so well on defense that, yeah, it only requires that pistol round win and a couple clutch kind of heroic moments from the Bang Asuna duo to get them over that finish line.
100 Thieves summon has been revealed. They've been putting in the work. And up next, it's their map pick of Haven. They're hoping to secure that 2-0 and a direct entry into the upper semis of playoffs.
Want to find your fastest server every time? Express like a pro and optimize your connection in one tap. Express and game without ISP throttling. Express and shield yourself from DDoS attacks. Express and choose the VPN trusted by gamers everywhere. Express VPN. Experience gaming the Express way. Fast, stable, competitive. Outplay the world. It's time to Express. Unlock free cosmetics, including Lightning Kicks Buddy and more. Scan to subscribe.
This matchup between 100 Thieves and Loud is great, but I'm also very excited for what's going to come next, and that is going to be that play-in draw show. We already have those teams that we know are going to be in planes, but we don't know who they're going to be facing. We don't know who they're going to go against. So there's a fishbowl. There you can see the team names, or we're going to find out exactly who is going to be facing who. I know some people want some specific rivalries, something Sentinels, M80, whatever it is, but we're going to find out if that's going to happen or if it's going to be a different matchup. So you guys have to stick around to find out.
All right, in the meantime, we're going to play 3-0. Double Duelist America's Prime. We'll do normal for now, because I want to get a good team. So again, this is a kind of like a draft simulator where you pick players in a random order. So let's say Nongshim 2026. I pick one player that I want in this draft. And the goal is to win all 3 internationals. So Billy in 2025. Hold up, let me see how much time I have.
They get to get away with the win, and BS.
Okay, we still have a little bit of time. YZ, Neff, Knight. Okay, I'll have a solo duelist. Maybe not my primary duelist, but 100 Thieves in 2026. Austin has been frying, and we don't have him as the top rated player. We need an update. But I want to go with Cryo. When did the Cryo ever play Yoru? But I'm gonna pick Cryo. Seda in 2025. 10-10. Took a 0. Good controller. Good start. Angel. Cal Kuala Hero. Hero easily. John QT on his Sentinel. How is it his off roll? And how is Cortesia on an off roll? John QT. Let's run it. Milan and Powell. Pretty good coaching staff. We lose? Oh my god. How do we lose this? That's sad. Okay, we're back.
Starts off with Bang just having this absolutely absurd round, just gliding on these kids from Loud. An easy ace for him, and this was the start of the snowball in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, we also saw the utility coming out of at the perfect time. He had great walls on defense to kind of disrupt all of Loud's execing plans. We also had great ults coming out from him to kind of set up these little trap plays that Loud just weren't ready for. And even Asuna, not only was he fragging out, but I really like the way he was so versatile with his wall across the map, using that as another piece of delay or another thing that Loud has to kind of throw utility to get past. It just looked great overall, and it was nice to see 100 Thieves individuals step it up. I don't think they needed to do these insane solo plays to actually win out the map. Their team chem was great, but it was nice to see after, you know, not really seeing that the last time they played against Cloud9. And
the biggest difference between this match and that last match was that they completely shut down the opposing Neon on the Neon's attack side, right? I think that what 100 Thieves were doing was absolutely fantastic. The pop flash plays that Asuna kept going for on the Phoenix is just continuing to look stellar for him.
Absolutely. You can see here the MVP breakdown. Darker, it's been an absolute force to be reckoned with, especially in that second half. I feel like Asuna got a little more quiet initially, and it was darker, and it was Tikazin who really stepped it up. You talked about great trap plays from 100 Thieves in the first half. That's exactly what Loud gave us in that second one when they really started to ramp it up for a comeback.
Loud essentially had full map control, and it came because I think partially due to the fact that the Harbor is being played from 100 Thieves, so they're far more reliant on running just hard execs. With the Harbor, if you have, you know, more flexible smokes or the Viper, you can do that. But look at this map, or this run. Loud step all the way through B main. Luxo realizes that's actually a jumpable trip. He's gonna go over this and then get the push down. And Loud did this in at least 3 different rounds, so they took so much space over that. You have the Sage Wall over in B link, you have the Chamber Trip on A link, so 100 Thieves have nowhere to go. Luxo sees all these players coming in, which sets up for a very easy refight with the group of Loud going down into Bend. This on its own was absolutely fantastic. They end up hunting down Bang, but they just kept taking those forward fights in later rounds.
And I think that's something that we saw them kind of start to do towards the end of that first half, is being able to get a lot of those forward positions and kind of close that out. And here's one of those trap plays that we were so hyped about, something that kind of excited us, seeing Loud get back into this game and actually look like they have an overall game plan, because on that first half, we didn't quite see that.
Yeah, and again, this one is just absolutely fantastic. Getting the Neon over into the corner, so off of the Prowler coming in, they can rip the Paranoia, go for this refight, and shut down. That's 6 players from 100 Thieves, by the way, with the Phoenix ult. TK is just able to mow down these players and take an easy kill. And honestly, if Loud don't lose both pistols, and if not for the ace by Bang, if not for a couple of huge rounds from Austin in the first half, this is absolutely a Loud 1 map.
It really was just a little bit of a slower start than Loud would have liked coming into this map, but I'm happy that we got to see 100 Thieves play it. They were definitely cooking when it came to it, and Tikazin, especially going from that first half to second, you saw him come to life, especially with those first kills. It felt like 100 Thieves were doing such a great job at shutting him down in that first half, but that second, he found his confidence back, he found his groove on what he on the fights that he really wants to take, and absolutely dismantled 100 Thieves.
Yeah, what a great turnaround here for Loud. Unfortunately, not enough to bring it over the finish line. So let's hear what Coach Romanelli has to say ahead of map 2.
Haven is up next, and Romanelli, last time that we saw you play this map, you were playing that same competition that we just saw on Summit. Are you going to change it or keep it the same?
Well, right now it's not going to be more a secret, but we made like a few changes. So I hope we can bring it back the series with the changes in this map.
All right, I'm looking forward to seeing the changes. Thank you so much.
Excited to see what they've been cooking up for our next map. Haven is where they're taking us on the side of 100 Thieves to close out the series. The stakes are high, obviously. We're fighting for the first seed in Group Omega.
Yeah, both these teams have already punched their tickets into playoffs. We don't know who's going to be the top dog of Omega. Of course, we know NRG on the other side is leading things, and I think for 100 Thieves, they came into the second stage with a lot of hype around them, coming off their win, and are expected to be the top favorites. Loud, though, Emily, is a complete surprise.
Yeah, they're the complete underdogs of this group, right? Just looking at the performance from stage 1 to now, they've made so many vast improvements. The fact that they're, you know, in contention for getting that first seed over 100 Thieves, a team that looks so dominant, whereas Loud, they've had a little bit more of a growth story, a little bit more of a, you know, happy to see them starting to finally find their footing, and, you know, it's just getting better from here on out.
Yeah, Loud came into this weekend without any security in terms of making it all the way to playoffs, but because of that huge win versus G2, they have a chance to, if they can come back, replicate that and ride their way all the way to the top.
That's right. I mean, at this point, they're playing with house money. Can they take it all the way and grab that first seat? We'll find out after a short break. Uber and Wyatt will be back with map 2.
Loud entered Friday as an exciting prospect. 48 hours later, they could leave this weekend having beaten G2, beaten the EWC champions, and taken the #1 seed in Group Omega. However,
However, so far not off to a great start in this series. They choose Summit, feels like that's their silver bullet against this team. And unfortunately, they end up shooting blanks.
This 100 Thieves team feel like they're taking their anger out on Loud at the moment after what happened to them against C9, which ultimately we might be looking at that loss as just a blip in what has otherwise been the best 100 Thieves run since their foray in that 2024 Stage 1 qualifying for the Shanghai Global back then, funny enough. But that being said, this Loud team, they're mixing it up. They want to approach Haven with a different composition. Obviously, different rosters in this stat that I'm about to give, but they are 1-7 on Haven this year. To some extent, the core of this team have not been able to figure it out. Romanilli, he's been there the whole time. Darker's been there the whole time. Lucho's been there the whole time. They've not been able to figure it out. They go back to trying to play double duels, which I believe they tried at some point with the Phoenix, but this time it's Air Day on the Phoenix and not Darker on the Phoenix. So they want to lean more heavily into the double duelist meta that they have almost entirely been avoiding. In fact, I think this is their first double duelist map of this stage.
Quite a time to find it. Haven, I mean, we've seen a good example, NRG, have also felt like they have to play double duelist on this map too. The map seems to just call for it.
This map is just so good for Phoenix. You feel an insane level of comfort on him here. Have to expect that Asuna will just be carrying over the insane performance from Summit because he has been dominant on quite literally every single map that 100 Thieves have had this entire stage 2 run. Even against C9, he still went positive in that series.
I have got to go and compare his stats to the top stats from the other international leagues, because I've got a feeling that Asuna is doing things that nobody else is able to do right now. And that would, I guess that would amount to a 2-0 win for 100 Thieves, were that to be the case. And of course, that direct passage into the upper semis, which puts you 2 wins away from qualifying.
All right, round start. After what has been like 15 minutes, I swear it's been. I mean,
standard trip setup here in
for 100 Thieves, it's been Haven's been their bread and butter. Is Timotino ready?
Playing off the cam. No, Timo gets ahead of it.
Oh, doesn't get one at least.
Just walking in the smoke. Fair enough.
Oh, does Carl get 2? He gets 2. Put out the smoke.
But the presence is
Think.
limited for 100
Stays alive.
Bang still gets the spot.
Controls backside.
Right click through smoke.
How bold is that? He sends it in on his lonesome. The rest of 100 Thieves
They
now
don't have
join up
spike.
3 versus 2.
Timing peak. Oh, catches him reloading.
Corners and jumping around them. Okay.
Bro, but they forget about Lucio. They think they're in the 1v1.
He knows where the spike is.
Oh, what is Lucio looking at? What is Lucio looking at?
As Lucio is down.
So where am I getting hit
He's
from?
looking at the wrong angle, focused on something else on the mini map, but he's caught by Vora. 100 Thieves almost let it slip away. There's perhaps a lack of discipline at some points in that round, if you want to look at it that way, or it's just the confidence that they're oozing from all 5 players.
Listen,
with Bangs running in there.
Alan Watts called it the element of irreducible rascality. I call it the need for feed.
Even in that 3 versus 2, they just run it down at them. But they come away with a pistol round win.
Yeah, the pistol rounds have been a big selling point for 100 Thieves fans so far this series. That is a hard-fought orb. Gets the proc of the healing, though, from the Blaze Wall, even if it forced him to commit pretty heavily to Cubby there.
Loud should be good for the plant.
I just want to extract some value off this, but the crossfire is going to be tough. Tickersin slides straight up into it, but yeah, Luke Show always finds himself on the left side of the kill feed.
Are they on? Oh, so they did switch to double duelist. And he gets a dink and a kill.
Get a kill there. We're happy with that.
Not bad.
Phoenix, he wants them orbs.
Decent round for Loud.
Yeah, look, I think in terms of what you can extract value-wise without winning a round, Ode gets an alt orb. He gets that kill.
Simple and simple eco round.
It's all reasonable.
Just hit beat.
Loud do want to start to post a pretty impressive attack side total, though.
Keep that furnace burning, okay?
the other day against G2.
The double-edged sword. The
talking
easiest
about how
site to get
Erde's
plan
stage
on
one performance, his
is the
debut
easiest
was
site to
fantastic.
retake.
The few games that he was able to play when he finally got his visa approved. Stage 2 was really struggling in the first few showings, but mechanically you could just see against G2 that he was really heating up. But picking up the Phoenix, the head-to-head against Asuna, Erde's going to need to be an elite
The Odin
to match
in the third
Asuna's
round.
output right now.
Yeah, it's just a huge ask for someone who's also calling for his team. Davi is doing the Valorant equivalent of going fishing. And all of
Silent round. We're just walking in. Another B hit. Spam.
Cry's going to peer in and try and take the fight, but he's going to be overwhelmed.
Gets out. Get a couple shots.
Arsenal's back off the angle. He's going to get pressure though by Tikazine. Stun is there with his crossfire. Tikazine disrespects it. He knows he's got the better weapon. Cute shock dart there for Vora. Gets some damage.
Latino.
B belongs to... Oh, there's Luxo emerges with two very snappy shots.
Good bonus round.
And so what you want to see about Slade,
Crowd gets one.
Loud get going on Haven attack site. But I'm convinced.
Loud felt like they could just get into that B site easily again. Kind of same situation as last round, but they actually have guns here.
Good
so
round
when
from
they go
Loud.
for
Flawless.
one of the fights in the link after getting that spike down, they have the tools to get the kills. Flawless. Economy getting boosted up. We are seeing the carryover of Loud heating up individually. That was not a question towards the end of Summit. We started seeing Tikazine hitting. Luxo was activated. Darker was good that whole map. So it feels like they were, to some extent, putting themselves in position to step up on Haven. I mean, even just by virtue of that.
I mean, it felt like 100 Thieves were able to put them out of the game before they started to surge back into it. It's a different map, though, and 100 Thieves have been very successful on Haven for so much of this stage. Loud are the ones with it all to prove.
They are back to the well on B.
Yep,
same idea.
Very quickly as well. Bang, the one overwhelmed this time. Boy's going to try and soften them up a little bit from the outer extremities with that Odin.
Oh.
And Asuna has to respect the Shocky. Gives a bit of ground.
Not ready for the regress.
Cryo tries to cover him, but there's just too many players overloading that spot for Loud.
That's just an even more dense committal of bodies to one of those link fights. They don't even try to plant on B, really. They gather up with everyone to fight through, not just the double duels. They're getting some additional follow-up. And now if you're 100 Thieves trying to work back in, you know there's presence on B to some extent, surely, right? And
if you are not
pre-aiming
Luxo right now, you are dying. He is far too quick with these adjustments.
Timo knows he's surrounded and picked off by Darker. The operator investment goes up in smoke. No chance for impact whatsoever. Loud not looking too bad out the gate. I like this calling though from Erde. It's 3B execs in a row, but varied every single time. And now that they have had the guns, the only one that didn't work was the eco. But the second one, it's planting on B, getting the A-Link fight. This time, they don't even bother planting. It's just an even harder fight through the C-side link, get all the kills.
Play around the op investment from 100 Thieves in that previous round, then yeah, bum rush B, smoke it out, and overwhelm the players anchoring the site. Bangs on a Marshall.
We've heard those loud comms. We know how Erde likes to
It's a
call
C
for the
hit.
team from opening to
Tikazine with one.
Constantly guiding them. Backside, little Phoenix.
Oh,
with the bandit.
but there's 3 there. They can go back to A.
Mild danger, but yeah, Loud should be able to stabilize from
Picked up guns. Not too bad.
Tank and Vora sneak on in and upgrade their arsenals. I'll see if they can maybe use those weapons to put a cap on this economy that for Darker, Luxo, and Davi is getting a little bit out of hand.
Spike planted.
I'm excited to see Erde continuing to call on this attack half, though. That is one of the other cool kind of parallels between these two teams. Two IGLs
why
new to
the
the
hell?
Americas scene this year. Both of them have showed more than promise. I mean, Vora has showed serious results with the EWC trophy.
Bang needs to be careful with this drop.
Oh,
He knows. He's very
hit
low
the
when he
silent
touches
drop,
down.
but
Luxo's covering the other one. Holding on to a paranoia there, just no opportunity to use it to try and play his teammate into the site. Loud have now found that lead, and in doing so, have looked pretty flawless.
Look at the state of the economy. 3 players at cap right now. 4 ults coming into this round. Loud could snowball this game.
Vamos.
Vamos. That round, and they catch multiple 100 Thieves players pushing up for it.
Vamos.
That was, of course, a low buy round.
Bro, spam.
Oh, the counter spam is sick. You never really see that.
That might even have won out on that exchange. Vora is quite low. Okay, here comes Util over the top. Cryo now needs again to be able to anchor this site and find success. Can he do more than trading?
Oh, you just spammed out.
That. David just sprays him down to the cyber cage. A flash around the
Oh,
corner.
Bang.
From Bang. Instrumental moment.
They should hear the player in short. Yep, they
I'm
hear
sorry,
him.
did Bang pop his ult to get all the way behind them in the midst of everything?
He did.
I think so. That is an insane heads-up play. It looked like it was going to go Loud's way. They isolate Cryo, and there's only one spot where he could be if he's still on site, so Davi gets the free spam. Run it back going through, but 100 Thieves are so quick to respond. And that is just such a cerebral play from Bang to be able to get them in the lead this round. Luke Show. Just going to save over this op, even though the economy is insane.
Yeah.
You want to keep that. You don't want to give it to Timatino.
It's a matter of principle, really. Rounds like that, though, for 100 Thieves, they can sprinkle enough of those in, get to 5. They're going to be feeling a little bit more comfortable about getting to go on the attack side. 2 Odins bought up, a bit of spam at the start of the round.
10 seconds left.
Glad here, I don't think you're too bothered. I think you lose the pistol. You're already fighting back pretty strong on this attack side, and also it's a proof of concept for their double duelist look, which has been good. TKC getting involved. Erde also has had some great moments. They are also, if the economy ever gets a little dry, they're going to be sitting on overdrive and run it back. We asked for an Odin compilation, yeah.
I was waiting for this moment, yeah. Bang with a TP behind.
Oh,
insane play. That's so smart.
Beautiful court timing. Obviously, that was Erde's run it back used in that round, so not at the disposal of Lad for a few rounds yet. We just push up in mid. This is brazen stuff from Bang.
Oh, alright. 100 Thieves are starting to get a little aggro.
Have you removed the
It's a 3v5 now.
You've carved out a huge amount of territory in the map that has to be re-cleared, and with what? Because this damn Sova is dead. Spike dropped back towards lobby. Things are looking bad for Loud.
They have a double Odin. Said you want to play with the Odin? We can play.
Lobby, both duelists there.
We can play.
Able to brawl and help towards mid when Bang is pushed up. And the fact that Vor is able to connect a kill on top of that onto Davi should just be enough to win this round out. How could Lau get back into this? Unless Luke Show catches a great timing with the op. You would say maybe someone on 100 Thieves peeking into an angle, a little over push, but look at the minimap. It's very disciplined right now.
Cryo doesn't have any cages or...
Walking to B, Cryo, farming.
Anyway. Ode shows himself now, having crept all the way up, painstakingly, slowly up sewer.
I mean, Lucio will be able to buy into the next round.
The option to save that gun this time around. The previous round, acceptable losses for Loud. This one hurts.
We've seen both of these teams just mix in very cool round variations up until this point when you're thinking about Loud's approach to B and then into another crucial gun round with this Hunter's Fury. 100 Thieves go for this set piece down mid.
Down B.
And the Hunter's Fury looked like it was intended to go after Darker in case Bang was unsuccessful. They get a free kill on Davi. Sometimes you make your own luck in this game.
I mean, Luke Shaw has ult anyways. The B-pop, no punish on the Neon, there's a semi-cross, and 100 Thieves are just ready for their aggression.
Certainly finding their value this round, aren't they? Loud already have had the wheels fall off.
Flash setup. Off that camera. Perfect. Trade from
Wow,
Davi, but to
these are just too good.
That is so decisive. Cooked for Loud. Try to go back to a B hit again. It's a different little variation.
I appreciate it.
The darker TP behind. Classic Omen ult on attack, Haven activity. But that is read by Vora. He's prepared for it. Darker doesn't see him within the ult range. Easy kill with that Odin.
And you know, Timotino says in this pre-game interview, these guys are killers. They are very mechanically gifted. They are going to try and fight us early in these rounds, so we are going to have to do the same.
Nice, boys. Yo, this Odin shit is so childish, bro.
Childish? That's a funny way of putting it. Effective? Absolutely. And that's what these teams are driving for now. We have a room nearly timeout for Loud. And a fun little sub-theme. You are looking at two teams coached by people that coach some of these players in challenges, right? NBS coached that TSM team. Timotino, Vora. They come as a package deal in this 100 Thieves roster. Here's a Cryo look show head-to-head, though. We knew we weren't going to see a chamber from Cryo necessarily.
Which is kind of the funny thing, right? I mean, they're both on Sentinel. You expect Cryo to be the chamber guy, but he's just been all about the Cypher in this era of 100 Thieves, and it's worked out so well.
A very disciplined squad.
Goes back to the two different approaches to the meta. I mean, even within what you were saying, Timotino, speaking of how brawly this Loud team could be, how talented the aimers are, ultimately, Loud are trying to run what 100 Thieves have perfected right here. 100 Thieves' identity of double duelists is what has catapulted them to the top of the Americas scene, and Loud are trying to recreate that. And it's a look that they have not leaned into at all this stage.
Wyatt, broadly, I think Loud are trying to emulate 100 Thieves in general as a team who come together at the start of this year with a new look and already find an international trophy. Loud are trying to accelerate this process even more. They have to do it at Champs, though, where the competition would be fiercest. It's one for Timo. Childish, it may be. It's getting results. Oda's going to push ahead of it, though, now. Maybe have a chance to salvage the weapon. He's quite deep, and Arsenal now will be called back to address this. The near side. Bang was full
is
flush
ready.
there, but
Oh my god, Bang is
he's a little
farming.
sharp with it, isn't he? Davi
For him.
here, speculating.
Hey, you
still
spam me,
brought
I
down
can
by
spam
Bang.
back.
Hate to be Brazilian players against Bang.
He knows. He's a knower. He's a knower.
We've seen this before. Wait a second. Lucio saving the op. 1v4.
We've seen this at least 4 out of the 9 rounds of Haven we've had.
30 seconds
Lucio
left.
doesn't have the time to get impact.
Since Timo has recovered that Odin from Davi on one of the earlier rounds, 100 Thieves have destroyed Loud. They are getting mulched.
And again, it is that first contact Odin moment that starts things off for 100 Thieves in this round. Ode tried to push deep, and then we had this weird
10 seconds left.
mutual flash scenario. You got it, Cowboy. We'll wait this round out. Hold on to the up, because this time around, economy is a concern for Loud. This is their attack side. On Haven, Loud had not been able to take the time to work the map and spread 100 Thieves thinly across these 3 sites. Okay, I mean, he's also using that skin. Calling it childish. I mean, you know, you can put something a bit more metal on there.
Yeah,
you know?
fair enough. But with Summit just going up in smoke immediately, 100 Thieves taking that away, going to Haven, which the Loud core haven't found success on, versus 100 Thieves. They played this 12 times this year. They're so experienced on this map in matches. And since making the flip of Arsenal to Phoenix, Timo to Neon, they just leveled up on this map significantly. I mean, as with the rest of them, right? But going from a map they love to play with mixed results to one that is no longer mixed results that they're just so good on.
Timo gets out of this round with any value. Oh yeah, I would have been shocked. Down to 10. Tough fight to take before and Arsenal in this A site, and they are fighting. They're refusing to be forced out of it. Not sure what to make of that one. Arsenal attempt with a run it back. It's going to be Bang playing from hell.
Spike down A.
And demonically demolishes the Portuguese player.
That was a crazy situation with Darker teleporting into heaven as the runner back goes out. The health is just so low.
This guy, I'm sorry, he's not beating the allegations anytime soon. that is ridiculous from Bang. Another 3-piece. I'm sorry, 100 Thieves with a double duelist on
That's
defense.
crazy.
7 rounds on Haven. That is a very, very scary scenario for Loud.
Even in a round where Lucho is finally able to put that op to an earlier use.
Jeez.
Some of the faster exec rounds, the op hasn't really been
Jesus,
effective.
man.
They're not giving a lot of time to work it. And still, it's just within that team fight that 100 Thieves.
What?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, and there it is. NRG, Brock, you've done irreversible damage to Valorant.
This round is beyond saving at this point.
Oh my god.
The recon ping on Darker as he TPs up.
Bro, I'm not missing all these rounds.
And we get the Neon Slop to end the round.
There's a reason we've been hearing talks from other teams of we need to create our own meta. We don't have the personnel to run the double duelist. This is just what happens when you try to emulate a team that was truly built for this meta, built for the agents within it.
I think for Loud, it does expose some concerns about map pool. They've struggled on this map this year already with different looks on the roster, right? So we give them a pass. This is, I would say, mostly a clean slate. But they're struggling here. These early round fights favoring 100 Thieves, but maybe not this time around. Tigazine's able to get ahead. Still, there's a lot of 100 Thieves players in this site. Bang, still chilling from the high ground. Brooding. Listening out for the TP. Doesn't expose himself, and Darker is brought down. He's doing this again, guys.
Bang. Oh my god, Bang is trying. Bang is trying.
To make his way through main.
If he gets Erde,
Bang is 18
he's not
and 5
beating the
out of 12
allegations.
rounds.
Might be able to do one better than Arsenal, I believe, back on Summit. He was 19 and 6, 19 and 5, just slightly better. The two of them today are in unbelievable form.
And we're in a series where Cryo doesn't have to take the game over like he did in Paris for them so many times.
Just after so many years to see this core of 100 Thieves level up their game together in this way, combined with the TSM core, with the experienced coaches, it has just become the perfect mix to finally unlock the true potential of this team.
Another 9-3 half would be definitive.
Vora. Oh my. It's just too easy for the Thieves.
And it's another grim landscape to behold for Loud fans. You were thinking, you're in a position where you could not only, you've already gotten yourself into playoffs, but you could skip the line, get into those upper semis. This 100 Thieves team have not skipped a beat, and they are not bothered.
The way they're playing today is really putting that Cloud9 loss in the rearview mirror for me already. It is just stunning what they are doing to this Loud team. 100 Thieves are on another level right now.
Loud are shell shocked. They need a moment to breathe. We thought they were accelerating coming into this map, but that might have been false. They got one more chance to put their best foot forward, and it's here on Haven in the second half of the 6-round deficit.
Whenever I use Zowie models, I would say I just feel my element. Without Naya, the biggest difference was the ghosting. It was a immediate change. If you see something and it's not actually there, you're gonna miss your shot. Black Equalizer and Vibrance, I can react quicker to it, I can shoot better at it.
This guy is doing absolutely everything.
My performance will always be at the top level.
Zowie.
So it's another case of you know, the thing that's happening with the thing that's happening with bangs. You know, the thing that I'm talking about. The thing that I'm talking about. right now. The 9-3. I mean, their 100 Thieves comp that Loud just copied is attack sided, and 100 Thieves are about to go on the attack side. So it might be a rough watch for the next couple rounds.
Back here into Haven. We're about to get the second half underway and lock in with the #1 VPN. It's Express VPN. These two young callers have been given famous jerseys and pretty enormous responsibility. Vora's got an international trophy already, and Ode comes into this game with a chance to take the #1 seed from him in this Omega group, but it might just be that it's a little bit premature for Loud, that it's not quite time for them to really get into the stratosphere.
Two organizations that are desperate to get back to another global. For both of them, it's been since 2024 that we've seen either Loud or 100 Thieves attending one of them. That 100 Thieves core has remained. They've built upon it. Loud, it's an entirely new outfit. They are so close, and this game just means so
All right,
much.
it's 9-3.
Getting that extra spot further in the playoff bracket, upper semifinals. It's such a massive advantage. 100 Thieves fast into this site. Timatino.
Oh my God, Timatino's just running and gunning. Does he get 4? They're waiting for him to.
No,
that's illegal.
He's already smirking to himself. Someone check the Geneva Convention for that. Criminal from Timo.
Oh!
God.
He literally one shot him with a frenzy. Ace. Oh my God, 100 Thieves are not beating the allegations. They are stomping Loud, a Brazilian org.
We barely mentioned his name today because his teammates have been doing the carrying.
That is unbelievable. Oh my God. Can you report for cheating in an official match? Is that menu still there?
Bro, he's straight up zimming out there. He's zimming, bro.
Oh my God.
It must be nice as a coach.
Pack it up, guys. Pack it up.
As MBS,
Pack it up.
being able to just throw your hands up and say, none of what I prepared for this pistol round mattered, and that's okay.
Lucio still wants to make a statement. Well, Loud have invested nothing into this round. We are just in the exact same scenario as Summit. 100 Thieves being up, 10-3. Loud swap to defense, need to make a comeback. But they're not running double Sentinel here against 100 Thieves debuting for the first time on Summit. There is a massive difference in the quality that we've seen from both these teams over 2026 here.
Loud have to play double duelist on a 3-site map and find equity against this comp for 100 Thieves.
Wow.
The deck is stacked
Bro, his own.
them. And on top is this Joker. Brought down over on the side though. That's a spike loose. Arsenal's going to have to fight for this. Wait a minute, Ode.
Oh, wow.
Okay. A thrifty, a massive thrifty here for Loud. Just as 100 Thieves looked like they were going to turn them into wood chips.
That Buff Bandit is crazy right now. We have seen players going off with that in Stage 2. Just another moment of it.
This is a very reasonable start to the round.
And you would think there it should be done.
One enemy
It's close range, one taps.
Okay. Well, perhaps the celebration was slightly premature. Loud able to do this same thing on Summit. But, again, on the macro level, they're definitely up against it. What are they going to do? They're going to get some defense side pops with this comp. They can't play this comp the same way they did on Summit. Well, Bandit sets up an elimination. And the gun recovery, yes.
He was trying to make his way into the site, but wouldn't have had a teleport to get away, so he thinks better of it and takes the safe option, which is waiting for his teammates, playing into this full retake, in which they have a lot of tools. Still the flashes from...
P44, Cryos in headshot range.
A lot of options.
Yep.
My goodness.
Almost got Stu.
Range Bandit is
But he knows there's 2 in garage, in garage, good blind. Oh, he's looking for that headshot.
Can't complete the kill. Lucio snuck into the side now with that outlaw.
Oh,
dangerous game to play. And Vora shuts him down, but Tikazine
this is a good eco round.
And is able to steady the ship.
As narrow as it gets. 100 Thieves dealing a lot of damage, but still Loud having won an eco themselves. Their economy is going to look pretty nice regardless. Feels like 100 Thieves might have just been inspired by whatever they did to them.
Yeah.
Just bring a bunch of bandits in there and get a bunch of kills.
And a very reasonable start to the
It's not
round for 100 Thieves as well to get those first 2 picks. Bangs up to 20 kills.
And this really is just a parallel to Summit, except Loud need to win this game to stay in the series. There are no more second chances.
This economy for 100 Thieves is still very nascent. On stage, I'm hearing them call these 3-2-1 swings as they look to get that mid control. Do they believe Luxo's there? Oh, they don't send enough bullets in his direction, but Ode is felled as he tries to push out of this B side. And that leaves Timotino in there like swimwear.
Good spam. Try to prevent a peek off timing.
Back, leave
Timotino is the insert.
Back going on B. See if you can't catch a rotator.
Draw out the paranoia.
He though is revealed.
And
Timo's spot is getting more and more premium as time goes on, but how does he play off this position?
oh, Timotino has a good timing. Oh, but he gave noise. Luxo gets one before he dies.
This is some nice trading here from Loud.
1v2.
Bang has been ferocious this game. He has made short work of Loud on every opportunity, but this is Tickazine getting ahead through that smoke. Bang TP's away.
Oh, gets away from the dart, and he's getting... Oh, I was about to say. Oh,
Heads up for him to get off the spike after half.
Now this game's getting a little bit interesting.
Again, Loud are barely getting away with these round wins. But the comeback is still alive.
Still 3 in a row, Wyatt.
Look at what it requires from Luxo, though. It's crazy to see him be this talented of an AWPer. In the past, like last year when we watched him dominate, really would have associated with him with the Viper, with catching great lurk timings, winning a lot of isolated 1v1s, and it was all rifling. He dominated with that being the main aspect of his game, but now it's this chamber AWPing that is just unbelievable. What
Tempo on A, but it's just a fake.
Up onto the A side, but this is a bit of a sell. He is solo. Omen TP is
Oh, Omenal on Omenal.
That cracks it open instantly. Okay.
Does get a trade, but Asuna has ult.
4-on-4 retake after losing this C site to a very cool.
They're gonna play long. I mean, I guess it does. They don't have an Omen, but Erde can just literally.
Now, Luxo is someone who was a teammate of Sato's for
Can literally just Phoenix Wall.
Wasn't an AWPer back then.
Red alert! Red alert! Red alert! Erde can just Phoenix Wall.
They have this, run it back.
Okay.
Right back in there.
Red alert.
And that was in run it back as well, so it's a freebie.
Has been diverted. And they're about to get half. They got half.
So it's going to be tough to get this defuse out in the open. It's on Davi, and Vor is already trained in on his position. A very important round to once again, much in the same way as Summit, get some wind in the sails of 100 Thieves as they try and close out the game before Loud really come alive.
It only takes a few for them to get this across the finish line again after such a dominant defensive side.
And it's again Bang with a ridiculous TP.
Yeah, this was just such a cool set piece that 100 Thieves bring out, selling towards A with Timotino running up using that fast lane, and then back towards C. You have Bang teleport in, the whole team rotating to get there, and Darker is all completely unaware. Loud relegated to the eco buy. Luxo would have to do something of serious significance with the tour de force.
Luxo taking an aggro timing.
With the Guardian.
It's just an A hit. Going against
sold something here, but Tickazine sticks around and fired, and he's burnt 3.
They're just mowed down.
Has he gotten that amount of value? This was Loud on a bit of a half buy.
100 Thieves just afraid to commit there, hearing that ult go off. They want to just post up at long, but they are destroyed by that overdrive.
Maybe Haven is...
What a ridiculous thrifty. Another one from Loud. That was in round 2. They
defensive
also found a
side.
crucial thrifty with those bandits. This one, though, looked a lot more electrifying, if you'll excuse the pun. What is this? What is this re-swing for 3?
insane. Oh, headshot damage as well. They are getting beamed.
I can't see Tigazine. It's moving too fast.
I mean, that angle was so tight as well. To get like all headshots is crazy. And look at how this has just flipped the game on its head.
Yep.
100 Thieves now on the eco. Loud should be bringing this to 8. Still within touching distance.
Oh, Bang gets one.
The comeback, at least Bang.
But they
gets
just
one.
had pistols.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, Bora found by Davi.
Loud do not want to play around on this anti-eco. They don't want to give 100
Draw a
Thieves
drone.
there.
To rekill a garage.
It is to get a thrifty here. Ode with the push-up. We saw this a lot on Summit on his defense side. Spotted out. He'll be able to buy some time and close this lane off, or so you'd think.
One enemy remaining.
And if he's wanted to fight him, that is not advisable.
Nice round from Erde, who is surprisingly ahead in this Phoenix head-to-head. This might be the first map, this entire stage, where Asuna has not been putting on a dominant performance.
Game's funny like that, isn't it? Yeah, Asuna basically could do no wrong. Walking on water virtually on Summit. Here on Haven,
which is such a great Phoenix map as well.
He has not been able to do anything. Legitimately. Very, very quiet.
And hey, to an extent on defense, didn't need to in plenty of rounds when Bang has given you 19 kills for 5 deaths, whatever it was, right?
Timeout time for 100 Thieves. Much to think about. This is looking eerily similar, though, to what we saw on Summit. And MBS there was able to come up with the answer. Now, one win.
So here it is. Here's the chance points.
Clear that first round.
We have Lev, G2 Energy, 100 Thieves.
Sort of gap is going to close pretty drastically.
MIBR. Damn.
NRG, for example, might be in that grand final, right? Then the invites to champs will fall
For 100
down.
Thieves, it's like
The highest people on champions points, which is why they're so crucial still, even though there's such a big gap between NRG and 100 Thieves, for example.
Yeah, because for instance, a scenario that very well could happen is 100 Thieves close out this game. They win today. They're up to 9. And then if they come in 3rd place, they'll be at 14. They'll be uncatchable by the rest of the pack, who right now are just trailing them, but that's not going to be a possibility later.
Normally,
the
one win
importance
is
of this
worth
game.
1 champion point, but your placement in playoffs overall also is worth champions points.
The importance of this game can't be understated. Close out first portion of this second stage.
This half starts with a ridiculous pissed around moment from Timo. Spray transfer with the frenzy to find 3. But since then, the glory moments for 100 Thieves have been few and far between. It's an NBS timeout and now a renewed approach to this attack side.
Hop into garage.
Pacey through garage. 100 Thieves trying to get
Do they isolate the Omen?
Testing Darker here again.
Omen is stunned.
But it doesn't matter.
And it doesn't matter. Oh, the movement's too good from Loud.
Darby low in the back corner. The 100 Thieves have come up with nothing. Except a single kill on Darker, who basically had already derailed them. That's tough.
That Loud support comes in so quickly to assist Darker, who's pinned in that corner, gets his kill off of a lot of the counter utility coming in, giving him a little bit of breathing room. Davi had a fantastic ult there. Just a very consistent, intelligent, supportive player on this team. Davi is wonderful on this round. Denies 100 Thieves the round win out of the timeout. Forces them onto another eco.
Takes these Loud guys a while to get going, but when they do, serious momentum. Inertia is a real thing.
Okay, mid walk from Loud against pistols. Wow, kind of timing.
Trying to find an angle and a little bit more. Luxo may take first contact here at A main, though. See how the patience of Timotino serves him. Arsenal already took some damage. They knew that Dixon was in that corner. The Blaze Wall gives him a chance to get that weapon back now.
Loud can't allow this to unravel. And if Luxo has his say, that
I mean, it looks like
evening it up to the 4-on-4.
Neural theft, pretty good.
Asuna gets one.
He recovered the Phantom. He's into the B side. Shut down eventually, though. Ode with the run it back in play.
100 Thieves have now lost that weapon. It's too deep. It's too far from them. It's inside
I
the B
mean,
site.
they hear
Players to go into if you really want it to be Lucho. Absolutely
trade
not.
2 for
Cryo
2.
with that trade,
Drop
though, is
off.
still going to give 100 Thieves
It's a big
chance. We
weapon
haven't seen
for holding
Cryo
heaven.
on much of this stage, but one of the best of all time in
+4 has
Americas.
drone.
This game, this round, is winnable. For 100.
Already has 1 flash.
On the player
But they have smoke for it. They know.
Up smoke that's going to force a relocation from Cryo. Makes it very awkward for him to play with his op. Vor is about to get flashed.
Oh, what a
Tuesday. He tries to
flash.
turn it, but he's just ruined.
Ooh, they might collect.
Do they line up? That's one with the op.
One
Now Cryo in a position to
bullet.
close. Dark is there.
Jeez.
Dangerous waters
What a
for Loud.
flash by Erde.
They navigate through, and it's a 1-round game here on Haven.
100 Thieves are that close to dealing a Thrifty back towards Loud. What a turn of momentum it would have been. But Lucio comes up with multiple important trades as the rest of his team were being caught in some awkward situations.
You can see how much that one meant to Loud. They've been almost perfect this half.
Looks like a big A
Even
fight.
after losing that pistol. Lucio again, just been putting in some honest rounds. 3K for him in the prior.
Deploying drone. Enemy tag.
100 Thieves has struggled with these buy rounds.
Look at the setup from Loud. 4 players towards A main.
Oh,
And it results in a punish onto
let's get a
Arsenal, catching
trade.
him in that lobby. But Voro, with some spam, is able to get a trade onto Tikazine. Loud would hope